a brand new stream of Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin here on the Overanalyst channel. Let me just make sure everything's good to go on Twitch and get a quick sip of my drink, and we'll get underway with what might be a bit of a longer stream today. We are live earlier than normal because I wanted to get as much of this endgame done as we could. The endgame to the, like, actual core of Dark Souls 2, mind you, not the DLC. Alright, so if you recall last time around, we, after playing around with like cool new boss soul weapons and all of that and just seeing kind of what's there for us, we finally made it to Drangleic Castle after claiming the final Lord Soul from the massive two-headed mutant spider that inherited Seath's soul essence, and discovered that, as we could have predicted, something has gone horribly, horribly wrong in King Vendrick's home. The castle appears to be largely lifeless, save for Queen Nashandra, Vendrick's wife, who has reigned in his place, I suppose, for a good while now, who has encouraged us to find him and take what is necessary to become a real, proper monarch in the way he never could. And, the game also telegraphed very, very plainly, not subtly in the least, that something is clearly up with Nashandra. So we are keeping that in mind as we make our way through what remains of Drangleic Castle. We took down the last two dragon riders, at least in the base game. I don't know about this one. In a fun and brief little dual boss fight, and are now really just trying to make our way through what remains of the castle in a timely fashion. There's one more boss in Drangleic Castle, and then we get to carry on further through the end game. But of course there's also loads and loads of loot for us, including stuff past that portcullis we can't raise just yet. Not to worry though, there's a lot more to the castle, some of which we just haven't quite seen yet. And a lot of which is technically no side content. So that is an elevator. That's a very, very tall elevator. And one we can't call down quite yet. Nor can we open this heavy iron door. So what we're going to have to do is climb one of the tallest ladders in the series, I believe. I give my life not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Okay, there we go. That is not as high as the elevator goes, mind you. The elevator is much, much taller than this. But if we open this little grate here, we drop down into a room full of Llewellyn Knights and bloodstains and a golem. So gee, I wonder how this is gonna go down. We need to get a soul over to the golem, that much is obvious. Trying to see which of these... Oh, they're... Well, I doubt they're all going to attack us. Any takers? No? Huh. Could have sworn one of these guys was going to start swinging for us. Maybe when we open the door, huh? Because, like, there's bloodstains and all here. Oh! Oh, okay. There is a wall ghost. Forgot about these guys. They show up in a couple of areas, actually. Kind of apropos of nothing. Is there a wall ghost anywhere around here? No, guess we're going to have to lure someone to the golem then. Because I promise you, whatever's there is most likely worth it. Oh, you'll do perfectly. Mannequins, nice. They weren't here in the original. And it's good to see them outside of Earthen Peak. I don't think in the base game they were anywhere but in the higher levels of Earthen Peak. That should do it. Oh, bled me out, did you? Nasty. Now what are you gonna do? Notice its face is carved with, like, the same runes we would see on, like, the Titanite demons. Back in the first game, I think, or something that looks really similar anyway. So what does this do? Oh, right. Lowers the elevator. Good, 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 good. This will get us a bit closer to our next boss. Actually, practically to our next boss. Like I said, the next one is not that far away if you know what you're doing. They also have a couple really cool mechanics. And even though it's a really cool fight, since we do want to complete his questline, I'm going to be summoning Benart of Jugo to help us out. I think he's available for that fight, because we missed his first fight, and we need to trigger, I think, at least 3 that he survives in order to get, I'm sure one of these is a mimic, in order to get his armor set. Without killing him, of course. No mimic? No, do we have invaders? Do we have invaders? Do we have invaders or wall ghosts? Huh. Very suspicious. Did the mannequins kill all these people then? The Old Knight's hammer. So we now have a really comprehensive, like, cache of Old Knight equipment. Caith's Chime and the Soul Greatsword sorcery, which is really cool. We'll get into that later. But Caith's Chime, what does that do? Is it the one I'm thinking of? There's one chime in particular I remember quite fondly. Oh no, sorry. Catalysts have their own. Yep. Sacred Chime blessed by Caitha, Goddess of Tears. Hex-dedicated catalyst cannot be used to cast miracles. Caitha, the Goddess of Tears, is known as a compassionate being that's with us in times of tragedy, but some believe that she is a demoness that guides us towards misfortune. A dedicated hexing chime. Very useful, very powerful in the right circumstances. And, check out who made it over here in Scholar of the First Sin. It's the Executioner's Chariot again. No stronger than it was as a boss, I don't think. Just, in a more open area that really allow it to make the use, or the most of its charges. Oh, damn! Damn, that one was on me. And I take it back, I think it does deal more damage. And it just breaks right through my guard. Okay. The timing for that dodge is really exact, but we might be able to do it. That's probably its easiest attack to dodge. Well, aside from, well, that. Down it goes. I don't think we get another soul here, right? Probably not, but what do you drop? Gaur's Ring of Protection. Oh, we forgot to re-equip our rings. I'm so stupid. Whoops. So Gold Serpent Ring, Silver Serpent Ring, this is from the Acid Bath, of course. And what was our fourth one? Ring of Blades +1. Yeah, there we go. But Gaur's Ring of Protection, was it, that's the Ring of Steel Protection. It was... this one. Reduces damage taken from behind. Okay. Ring of the Assassin Gaur, who's killed a half-dozen kings and several distinguished clergymen. Reduces damage taken from behind. So coupled with the Jester's armor, or Jester's tunic, that prevents us from being backstabbed, or riposted, effectively, that would be actually really, really useful. For an assassin whose own life is always at stake, the greatest liability is one's exposed back. I mean, the rings we've got now work really well for us, but that certainly has situational usage. I don't think the Executioner's Chariot will or the Executioner's Chariot team, anyway, will respawn. Could be wrong about that. This is a beautiful hall we find ourselves in, by the way. Not that we get much time to appreciate it. And here we see an Old Knight, the variant with the hammer, which are probably the toughest to deal with, in my opinion. Thankfully, he opened with a really easily punished attack, and followed up with the same. Okay. Are there more of them here? Oh, yes, there are. Got a great sword, buddy. the easiest ones to deal with, and also far and away the most fragile. Ow. If I was just a second faster, we could have got that. Green blossoms, alright. Oh no. Oh no. Got double teamed there, but we're gonna be alright. Got him. And I bet you're a mimic, right? I know there's, or I want to say there is at least one mimic in Drangleic Castle. And yep, that's a mimic, alright. I can see its flesh in there. So, probably not going to use Dark Weapon because these things seem to be really, really strong to, let me just see if we can confirm our suspicions. Yep. These things tend to be really strong to, dark damage, I bet, seeing as how they all contain Dark Wraith gear. And yeah, for some reason the mimics here all kind of crab walk like that and attack you on all fours. They do have a different moveset, we just thankfully not really had much of a chance to show it off. Petrified Dragon Bone? Oh, and the Washing Pole, are you kidding me? Washing Pole is really, really cool, and it's great for bleed or dexterity builds, like this one. It is a special katana. Katana of unknown origin, crafted with a peculiar yet refined technique. The extremely long blade allows for strikes from great distance, but its construction makes it extremely fragile. Yeah, so about that length, this thing is it's basically Sephiroth's Masamune from Final Fantasy, and it is a fan-favorite weapon for just that reason. Its reach is insane, allowing you to strike at enemies long before they get a chance to come anywhere near you. Might actually want to upgrade this and take it into the DLC with me. It doesn't have quite as good dex scaling by default as the Black Steel Katana, B instead of an A, but we upgrade that, and it'll be pretty damn fearsome. I mean, the length in particular, but yeah, like most katanas, it's pretty frail. You aren't a mimic, are you? No? What are you then? Firestorm Pyromancy. That's one of those that, both NPCs and, invading players specializing in pyromancy really love. You know, the attack where they slam their flame down on the ground, and then a bunch of geysers of, fire erupt all around them. The Witch of Izalith used it, or the last Chaos Witch, defending the Witch of Izalith, used it on us in Dark Souls 1, as did that invading phantom Shiroi Jenkins. Lots of mirrors around here. Like, lots of them. Here we go. We should be near that portcullis now, I want to say. Oh, there's an Elan Knight. An Elan Knight Captain. If I never saw one of them again, it'd be too soon. Ow. Turned at just the wrong moment. Is it just him up here, though? Or for now, anyway? Nope, there we go. This is new. No, 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 no! Oh, it's one of the Belfry Gargoyles. Why? Why? Okay, that's fair. We got killed there because we ran through quite the gauntlet of challenging enemies. I knew the Elan Knight standing up on the balcony by himself had to be a trap of some kind, but I was not expecting one of those guys to come back. Like I've said, Scholar of the First Sin does change up a lot of encounters. Some for the good, some, well, slightly worse, but I don't know, I kind of like that one, I guess. We are going to get our stuff back, though, and finish looting the treasury. Plenty of little gifts that we haven't collected yet. Oh yeah, we're also going to be getting some revenge on that, that Elan Knight, of course, because I'm petty. Get ready for Wall Ghost. Looked almost like they were using Tark's model? Did that look like Tark's model to you guys? He had like the same kind of distorted like chitin around like the midsection and looked like a blindfold or some kind of covering over the eyes. Who is this we can summon in? Sellsword Lewitt. Oh, the guy who fights with shields. And there are shields specifically made for combat in this game, by the way, or ones that appear to be built with that functionality in mind in addition to defense, I should say. Right, let's try this again. Let's top off that dark weapon real quick. Because I don't think we're too far from completing the circuit and opening up that portcullis we saw earlier on. Alright, what you got? Alonite gauntlets. Cool, cool. Oh! This is a pretty tough bell gargoyle, actually. Belfry gargoyle, I'm sorry. Oh, no, it takes more damage after its intro animation is complete. I see. So does it drop anything special, or no? Enemy ahead? Yeah, very true. Oh, but look at this beautiful view of Drangleic Castle we get from, well, near the top. That elevator we unlocked earlier with the golem's help, I believe, goes to the top of that tower. Though I don't recall if we ever see it from the outside. There's the portcullis, I think, like the locked door, just on the other side of this little outbuilding. So why don't we see what's inside? Oh! Bad things is the answer. Desert pyromancers. Great. No friendly fire. Pity that. Oh, she got me with combustion, but what did they drop? Part of their set, which has some decent, like, I think, stat resistances. Oh, and a magic upgrade stone. Nice. Let's go ahead and raise the portcullis, opening up a little shortcut for us. Lots of repair powder and tons of flame butterflies. Okay. That could come in handy. Oh, Estus Flask Shard, sweet. One of my favorite treasures to get at this point, I would say, easily. And circuit complete. Almost at 100k souls, can you believe that? How far we come? Oh! Another one of you guys. Yeah, that is almost certainly Man-Scorpion Tark's character model, reused. In an interesting way, mind you, but... looks like it's him. Can we open these doors? No, we cannot. Oh, well, that's a shame, just putting a really big, ornate-looking door like that in front of somebody and expecting them not to want to open it. There's not even some ridiculous trap associated with it, it's just there. I think that might be everything here, then. We just have to use our new shortcut to get back to the elevator, and I think we're at the boss? Yeah, nothing here. I guess there was a message calling attention to, like, say, supposed illusory wall there. That's why all the other messages were calling them a liar, maybe? I don't know. Right, so the boss we're about to fight, probably with Benhart's help, which should make it a slam dunk, as it's not the hardest fight in the game by any stretch to begin with, is really interesting mechanically, and I hope to show that off, or show off why, as we tackle them. We're not gonna need all 10 Estus Flask charges, I can promise you that. And in fact, getting to their arena is going to be way more dangerous than actually fighting the boss themselves, especially with the NPC backup we'll take for that that questline progress. So up the tower, the massive tower lined with mirrors we go. I'm spinning the camera around kind of frantically, sorry, just to see if there's like any alcoves we could drop in or anything like that. As I said, very tall tower, probably the longest lift ride in the entire series. I mean, we are literally going to the tippy top of Drangleic Castle. And we can hear chains rattling, right? Like one of those explosive hollows from the Bastille. And that can be attributed to this thing. This guy is the imprisoned. And he is serving kind of as a lock to this young woman's cage. We can't speak to her or interact with her, we just need to get her out of here. And fortunately, we can use all the treasures in here to accomplish that. One. I've got to make sure all these chests aren't mimics, because again, I don't recall which ones are and aren't, especially in Scholar. And 3. So from right to left, what we got? The Strong Magic Shield spell, decent. A Soul Vessel used for character respecs, and another Fire Seed, nice. And the key to the King's Passage, that's what we need here. It might be this one? Yeah. Key to the King's Passage inside Drangleic Castle. King Vendrick tried all manner of things to purge the curse that threatened his kingdom, but when every last attempt failed, the king fled through the King's Passage. Right, so again, unlike Gwen, he was being terribly proactive and actually trying, despite some genuine cruelty being involved, like with the Lost Bastille, for instance. Even though it's implied he wasn't the one who started locking undead up there, he just kind of kept the practice going, maybe. Vendrick was trying to stop the Undead Curse and save his kingdom. Like, doing anything he could to protect his people and make sure that they were able to live happy, healthy, and relatively well-protected lives. This is the King's Passage, of course. And unlike Gwyn, who failed because of, well, because he didn't care about the undead, didn't really want anything from them other than to use them to sustain his Age of Glory, Vendrick tried his best, and unfortunately failed. And he failed over and over and over again, and we're going to see exactly why before too long. First thing first, collect some skulls from right over here. This is a fairly ornate passage, and, yeah, the boss is right over there. This entire place is just one, or this entire area is a single hallway. A single hallway guarded by some very unusual enemies we don't see anywhere else. And some of the only enemies in the game, maybe the only regular enemies in the game, to fight with twin blades. I call them the Chess Knights, even though that's obviously a poor name. It's those things. Horse-headed living golems with twin blades, and if I recall, very swift attacks. Or swift movement, one or the other. They deal really significant damage, as you'd imagine, but god, do they look cool. They feature pretty heavily, I think, in the King's Passage, this whole area did, in promo materials. Oh, Titanite Slap, nice. And it is easy to see why, like, from the snow blowing in through the open windows, the banners fluttering in the breeze, the decapitated statues, some of which rise up to attempt to kill you with twin blades. It's really atmospheric. So we got a petrified something, and we've got two helpers, Benard of Jugo, the one we'll be calling on, and Ashen Knight Boyd. Like I said, I could handle this one myself pretty easily at this point, I feel, but we want Benart's storyline to be completed, and there's at least one fight later in the game that we'll definitely want his help for. So we're going to go ahead and call him in. After all, this might not exactly be a one-on-one, but it is going to be a battle with my favorite boss, aesthetically speaking, perhaps in the entire series. Seriously, again, the visuals here are incredible. Y'all ready for this? We're going to take down Vendrick's final, well, one of his final real guardians and retainers that are left. Meet the Looking Glass Knight. God, just look at this guy's design. So beautiful, so elegant and dignified. And yes, that is a giant mirror he's using as a shield. Now, he's big, he is slow, he is understandably quite powerful, and this is kind of his specialty. powerful lightning-based attacks. I don't think we've had a lot of bosses, or maybe any so far, who attack extensively with lightning. And I don't know that we've seen any who, aside from the Pursuer maybe, very rarely, who actually use a shield. But his is so heavy that it will totally rebuff us if we attempt to, or if we, like, just accidentally make contact with it. But as you see, he's... Ow! Caught me with the start of the swing there, jeez. Deals a ton of damage, but his moveset isn't terribly diverse, and there isn't a whole lot he can do that isn't just a really big scary swing, sometimes with lightning. Does have those little projectiles he can send out from time to time. Oh no, he's starting. We want to kill him before he has the opportunity to do that too many times. He is summoning help, which will break in through the shield. Yes, this is the only boss in the entire series that I'm aware of, or the only boss battle, where your adversary can summon in phantoms. Well, phantoms after a sword, of course. But we got him. Kind of. Notice he didn't really die as much as he just knelt before dispersing. We got his soul, and even though it was pretty... well, shall we say, not the best performance from my part, I still think I would have been able to get that one solo pretty easily. Now, as I said, pretty interesting fight just for the fact that he can call in help. I think there's two different models of, oh, we missed treasures here. Upgrade materials and the like. Two different models of, like, Phantom he can summon in. One of them was the big, like, tanky greatsword guy you saw there. They don't have the most health in the world, but they deal decent damage and, most importantly, leave you open and vulnerable to the Looking Glass Knight's way more ponderous attacks. So I quite like that. It's an enemy that's very eye-catching and, like, kind of imposing, but has a battle built entirely around distracting you, so its very workmanlike, kind of mundane moveset can just chip away at you. Without his backup, the Looking Glass Knight is, as you could probably imagine, not much trouble at all, as long as you learn the proper timing necessary to roll right through some of his more dangerous or broad swings. Now, I think, I've never done this myself, but I think I've seen it done once or twice before. You can actually shatter the mirror on his shield to prevent him from using it, if you're willing to invest the time needed to just wail away at the shield. Ultimately, especially if you've got backup in here with you, it's not really worth it, as, the Looking Glass Knight just isn't that tough for this stage of the game. Neither is our next boss, but both are very cool, and again, from a conceptual standpoint, and even the way it was executed, I would say the Looking Glass Knight is probably one of my favorite bosses in the series. Easily one of my favorite bosses in the base game of DS2. Now, there's one little trick to this area I want to show off, and real quick, let me look up and make sure I'm doing it properly. It'd be really cool if I could show this off. One moment. Having to read, I'm sorry. Okay, do we have one particular item? No, we don't. We're gonna have to go see Titchy Grin really quickly once we hit our next bonfire. But then I can show you something really, really cool. Oh, but quick! We do have a new boss soul to check out. Soul of the Looking Glass Knight, who challenges visitors to the Lordless Castle. Long ago, the King's Passage was a route taken by the bravest warriors to prove themselves, but now it only prevents one from pursuing the runaway king. So it's clear from everything ranging from Nishandra's dialogue to all of these item descriptions we've received lately, that despite being a good king, Vendrick ultimately sort of fled in disgrace after being unable to prevent the Undead Curse from spreading throughout his kingdom's population. He, again, unlike Gwyn, he genuinely wanted to help people and kind of couldn't bear it when he was unable to. But we still have to track him down, so that maybe we can do something more. Now we're going to take this lift down to one of probably the most infamous area in the vanilla game. A really well-designed area, but one that was known for being punishingly hard. And, still is, don't worry. It's a gorgeous area, an area full of atmosphere and ambiance, but one that is relentlessly punishing. A good thing, though, once we clear this area, our human effigies mean next to nothing. Welcome to the next stop on Brady's Undead Magical Misery Tour. Getting a little bit more natural here. Way more, actually. This is the closest thing to, like, a really nice garden we see all game, I believe. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the gorgeous Shrine of Amana. Looks like this may have been what became of, you know, arch trees, or maybe this place is geographically or thematically close to Ash Lake, maybe. The singing we hear is actually a new friend we're going to make before too long. But first things first, friends, we're going to want to go pick up an item from Titchy Grin, if he'll still sell to us, despite not being devotees of Nar Alma's presently. And then definitely go cash in these souls on a few level ups, because the odds that we will lose all of our souls in the Shrine of Amana is very good, actually.
Wait. Bye-bye.
Oh, we've got to join for him to sell it to us. That's okay, we'll go right back to the Rat King, switch it back around, and buy our,
Let's... Well, what have you...
Sorry, buy, or turn in our rat tails. He also sells the Undead Executioner's gear, I guess? Weird that he would... Well, no, I guess it's not weird. He was right outside. We want this, the Red Sign Soapstone, that allow you to be summoned in as a Dark Spirit in, like, an honorable duel. One of two ways to do that in this game. Screw it, I'll go ahead and buy the set just to show it off later.
Have you heard of... I'm back, sir.
And now straight back to the Doors of Pharos. Well, no, sorry. Majula first. Doors of Pharos thereafter. Going to turn over that shard, which should give us 11 flasks now. Very good, very good. 5 levels. That ain't bad, that ain't bad. Could just crank that dexterity through the roof, but I don't think so. I'm actually going to put a couple more in strength, because we just need more strength to wield even, like, the washing pole decently. And maybe dump the rest in, or 2 in faith, 1 in intelligence, something like that, so we can keep using, or keep empowering our hexes. That'll do. Washing pole was 18 though, right? Yeah. But we can wield most, I would say, quote-unquote, basic weapons in one hand now. Which is nice. We can also, I think, maybe go confront Lycia over invading us. As you recall, she did, as the Nameless Usurper in Drangleic Castle.
have a glorious number of souls by now. What a wonderful feeling that must be.
So it's very popular to kill her amongst the fandom. But I'm not gonna do that quite yet, because I want at some point to buy out all of these miracles so I can carry them on to a new game plus, if so desired. So not quite yet. Not quite yet. Lots of bloodstains, I presume, from people who tried to kill her and failed. Right, so Rat King time. And while we're at it, of course, because I can't help myself, we are going to see if we have any takers in the Covenant dungeon. But while we're here, I actually want to start reinforcing that, washing pole, because it is... Oh, it doesn't deal bleeding damage. Yet. A bleeding washing pole is actually a very good weapon, believe it or not. And base damage is actually much higher than a standard black steel katana, so yeah, might as well go ahead and reinforce it a bit. And by a bit, I mean a ton, because I can't help myself. Can we get this sucker up to a +10? Almost. And once we do, Jesus Christ, it's going to be much stronger than anything else we have. Screw it, let's burn some souls and get me a better sword. 30k, that ought to do it. Ought to buy for the level ups and ought to pay for the level ups and everything. 78,000 souls, that's what I'm talking about. Washing pole also has like some halfway decent strength scale. Well, I say decent. Middling, shall we say, strength scaling. Oh, we got 3, nice. So how about 2 in strength? I'd say, 1 more in vitality. We got the rings that'll increase attunement slots, so I don't really need to dump stats into that. Adaptability is the one that gives us more iframes and things like that, but... no. Let's just keep working on our magic stats, even though it's a very slow burn. And now we can embrace the super sword. 190 plus 156. This bad boy is 240 plus 117, which, oh damn, actually makes it pretty close at first. But maybe we can do something to change that. Hold on, sorry, just got an idea. Now, we're going to use the washing pole no matter what, unless it turns out to be really fragile or something, a la spider silk, just due to that extra length. It's gonna come in extra handy, believe you me, especially with that strong attack, with the slash. But I want to see if we can't make this thing a blood weapon. So you take this washing pole, see? You, wherever it is. There it is. And, okay, so that's actually going to tank its damage pretty substantially. All of these will. But it's going to give it a significant amount of, like, bleed build up, which is, pretty good. Honestly, it's pretty good. And it'll take a small hit on its scaling. We can use a mundane stone, that last one there, with sort of the return icon present in the lower right, to undo this if we don't like it. So I'm going to be bold. Yeah, let's go ahead and infuse this, make it a bleed washing pole +10. So clearly it doesn't deal as much damage as our black steel katana, but it's not really going to need to. does it seem to be effective enough? I'm just trying to think. Are there enough enemies in this game that I actually would want to bleed out? Actually, maybe not. Not for now. Like, I just feel like having the additional base damage would be really useful. This is so much easier, admittedly, in Dark Souls 3, where you get what basically amounts to a bleeding pine resin. So now we'll ask him to infuse our weapon once again with the old mundane stuff. Oh, it needs pale stone, which we do not have. Do you happen to sell any? No, you do not. Huh. Well, I guess once we get our hands on some, we can head on back. But, right, Rat King. Okay. And back to the Black Steel Katana for now, I guess. But it is a good thing, regardless, that we have the washing pole in our back pocket, so to speak. Not like it would fit there. Because, in certain situations, PvP-related ones especially, that extra reach, the ridiculous extra reach on, say, slash attacks like that, is really, really beneficial. But, man, that's why I kind of can't get rid of the Black Steel Katana. It's just so versatile and useful for, you know, different types of PvE combat. Also doesn't hurt that as they go, it's very, very, it's extremely resilient as katanas go.
My son, speak.
Feel like some rat tails, Your Highness? We got a few. Oh, we don't have anything else. Well, at the very least, do we have some takers? Which ring do we need the least right now? Gold Serpent Ring. Crest of the Rat. Anything? Man, Doors of Pharos do not see the activity they used to back in the day, which is really sad. Because this was a great arena. I was even, like, summoned in for this a couple times myself as, like, a victim/contestant. And just always great fun trying to run through this area, whether you're defending it or, like, attacking it. We'll try just a couple more times. I know, I'm totally incorrigible. Huh. Nothing, really. Jeez. Alright, well, I guess then I can show you the neat little trick to the, Looking Glass Knight's boss battle, which most of you would probably already have surmised from the mechanics of the fight or the way I was talking about it. But we'll head back to, Central Castle Drangleic and the King's Passage. We'll have to fight our way through the chess knights again really quickly, I think. Of course, every time we level up either intelligence or faith, I'm pretty sure Dark Weapon gets stronger. It may be based off of intelligence more than faith, due purely to the fact that it, oh yeah, you can also, like, preemptively strike them, if that's your thing. I really like these guys. It's a shame that, again, at least in the base game, they don't show up anywhere else. Doesn't matter that they got some blows in, we're fine with the power of Estus. Now, what we're gonna want to do is head to, like, this little antechamber before the Looking Glass Knight's courtyard. Now, instead of that white sign soapstone, we're going to put down the red one, the one for duels. Why, you ask? Because this boss has a gimmick. Or another gimmick. In addition to those NPC phantoms, it can also summon you! See, if you place your red summon sign down, apparently anywhere in Drangleic Castle, but the way I was told, it has to be specifically, or it works best specifically in King's Passage. I don't know. I have a feeling the former is probably more accurate. Just anywhere in the castle will do. It can summon you as, a little helper for it through that shield, that shield summon move, in place of the NPCs. We just want to keep refreshing our summon sign every now and again, and odds may be good that we are summoned in to help out a boss. Which, how cool is that? It's a boss that levels the playing field by calling in its own support, including in the form of other players, which is just a great inclusion of multiplayer. And hey, think about it. At this stage of the game, more and more people become invested in multiplayer. Like, you know, by the time you've hit Drangleic Castle, you've got a more competent, well-rounded character, or a more realized build that you're probably wanting to start, like, roughing up some others with. Maybe you've already acquired the red sign soapstone and want to throw it down for some duels, like people did back in, the central Drangleic Castle bonfire. And by sheer happenstance, you find yourself getting summoned not as a dueling partner, but by the area's boss. Imagine the surprise people experienced when they discovered that for the first time. Brilliant game design, I think. But the question is, with the state of this game's multiplayer, can we get anything? Or, hold on. Since we defeated the Looking Glass Knight, is there a human effigy active here which would prevent, like, the multiplayer? If so, that's a problem. Oh well, just more experience fighting the chest knights. I think there's a small chance for them to drop their twin blade too, so yeah, there we go. If I can get more cool stuff to show to you guys, it'll all be worth it, right? I don't know if you can backstab the chest knights the same way we could the Llewellyn knights. I want to say you can, but I honestly don't know. It got really cool looking combos. Extremely acrobatic for, well, statues. Getting some nice souls out of the bargain. Okay, let's try this again. Is this my summon sign? Or, yeah. Throw that down. Throw that down. Came up with my PSN name when I was particularly infatuated by, like, my father's side of the family's actually pretty deep Scottish roots. Well, I should say surprisingly deep for a family that's been in the US for a pretty long time. Apparently we're supposed to throw our summon sign down and refresh it maybe every 10-15 seconds, and odds are good we'll get summoned in by the boss. Anything at all. If we don't get anything soon, like maybe after 2 more tries, I'll just say screw it, it's time lost, and head to the Shrine of Amana. It's a shame because I really wanted to show off these cool little, like, multiplayer features for all you guys, but it looks like, well, the community that's still invested in this game is probably well into, like, the New Game Plus levels at this point, so it would be quite uncommon for me to deal with them. Might want to do some Blue Sentinel gameplay later on. That's pretty easy to do. You just invade the worlds of people who have slain others, i.e. red phantoms and the like, and yeah, we'll just call it there. And you try to, like, take revenge on them on behalf of the, world, or, the players they've killed before. Tends to be a bit easier than invading, if I recall. How do we miss this? So the Soul Bolt spell, Spell Quartz Ring +2, and 3 bonfire settings, in case you want to live real crazy. Which, of course, I don't. Not right now, anyway. Also, Benhart survived the battle, meaning we now only have to summon him in 2 more times to see a proper resolution to his quest line. There we go. Let's go ahead and start the ride down, and as we do, I want to see if there ain't some, at the least, better, like, leggings we could find, because falling damage isn't going to be a huge issue here. Could we wear the Elon Knight leggings without just tanking our speed and our everything? Yeah, decently well, it looks like. Huh, do we have any shields that have, like, phenomenal magic resistance? The Bellkeeper shield, of all things. Magic is going to be a big thing in this next area. Garm Great Shield gives us 100% fire absorption, that's nice. But no, looks like nothing's, by default, fantastic against magic. I guess that's what, like, the magic shield spell's for. Yeah, our summon sign we used to try and get recruited by the Looking Glass Knight disappeared, but that's fine. So, this area, what really is there to say about it? It's gorgeous, atmospheric, it's got beautiful singing we can hear at various points throughout. And again, it has a reputation for being one of the most difficult areas in the game, if not in the entire series. At least your first time through, and we're going to see why. Look at all those... Well, most of them are corpses floating face down, surrounded by fireflies or something similar. This place contrasts really nicely to the pretty thoroughly modern-looking, like, sleek and human-dominated Castle Drangleic. These guys are Archdrake clerics. You know, from the Lendalt sect, I think the same ones that, like, furnish the Archdrake gear and the stuff that, like, the cleric class starts with. They have either gone hollow or insane, and they actually fight us mainly with hammers. War hammers, not miracles or anything like that. They serve as, like, I would say the normal enemies here, and they are not the threat, not at all. So we got the Slumbering Dragon shield from him and some Twinkling Titanite, very good. A basilisk and some boxes. Try rolling and attacking. Good idea, message. What's the basilisk guarding? Wilted Dusk Herbs and another Skeptic Spice. And now here, geez. Yeah, you have to cut that down. Like so. We'll go get him, don't worry. Anything else up here? No? Just gotta descend the tower. Now, our goal is actually on the far side of this, like, waterlogged little natural cavern. We're going to have to navigate a series of ruins and caves to get over there safely. Well, quote-unquote safely. But trust me, once we do, the reward is going to be well worth it. Now, does the Slumbering Dragon shield have higher magic resistance? It does not, but let's read at least. Shield of the Archdrake sect of Lendalt represents a slumbering dragon and is intended for use in covert rituals. The fools who woke the slumbering dragon earned not only its ire, but also the destruction of an entire country. The survivors buried the wrongdoings in the past, and in a show of terrible conceit, attempted to make amends by carrying on the knowledge of the wasted land. So stole its wisdom, more or less. These fireflies, at least while we can hear singing in the area, are used to denote these kind of undead creatures, like feral ghouls, more or less, that are held under by the song, I believe. But they will attack us if we get too close, and once the singing stops, and it shall a couple times, they will attack us as normal. They're like little ambush enemies, and again, they aren't the big threat here. So, Brady, if it's not the clerics, and it's not like the little ambush predators, what on earth do we have to be afraid of here? Well, a couple things. First off, very difficult telling what you can and can't walk on here, due to the fact that, well, most of the area is waterlogged. Thankfully, these guys aren't too resilient. Human effigy, nice, thank you very much. What on earth could they be guarding? Singing seems to be coming from there. Oh, more human effigies. Maybe they wanted their humanity back? As you can see, there is a, or barely see, under the water, there is a steep drop-off right over there. Gotta watch for those religiously here in Amana. Another Archdrake cleric, bring it on. We got the Archdrake robes, another shield, and more Titanite. Nice, nice. Notice the music has stopped, and the fireflies have dissipated. Inside we find a woman who looks not entirely dissimilar to the one who was locked up behind the imprisoned.
We knew you were coming. And stop singing.
That's another curse jar, I think. I mean.
We are Milfanito. We are here to sing to those bound by death and dark. We will sing here forever, as we always have, from long, long ago. We know nothing of the world outside. And why should we? For we will never leave. Do you seek King Vendrick? But what is a king, after all? We know nothing of the world outside. For we will never leave here. When we sing, the little ones dance. The little ones grant comfort to those who bear death and dark. This is what we were taught. Is there anything wrong? Perhaps this will help.
Oh, something we can use for crow slots, okay.
When we sing.
Right, so these Milfanito are obviously not human. They are like the... Hold on, Jesus, we're going to want to go around and break the urn first. They are the, like, pseudo-divine offspring or creations, I believe, of Gravelord Nito from the first game. And they're, I guess, like this game's version of psychopomps of a sort. They don't exactly guide the dead to their just reward, but they, like, bring them here or do what they can to soothe them and help them come to terms with their condition, maybe? Crimson water. Nice. And they are our friends and allies for this section of the game. Right, so I still haven't gotten around to what we need to be afraid of here, right? You'll see very, very soon. In fact, odds are good you're going to see it before I do. These guys are now properly hostile, of course. Just have a greater, like, aggro range. That's about it. She put them back under for now. Thank you very much. And I think the Milfanito singing is scripted to, like, your progress through the shrine. So at certain locations they will be singing, at certain locations they will not. Now they are not half bad with those hammers, but again, they're still just basic human enemies, nothing really special or frightening. You can backstab them same as any other, and that just about polishes them off. That and they drop delicious Twinkling Titanite. Old Radiant Life Gems, cash, the Archdrake robes that the Cleric starts with and are actually really, really good for early game armor. Let's see if these guys don't have some more treasure for us. No treasure, unfortunately, yet, but souls. Is there anything over here? Aside from some of our friends? No? Aha! A chest right by a ledge. So let's walk it out real carefully. Lots of neat hidden treasure in this area, and a lot of it's quite perilously placed. Just a dragon charm, but alright, fine. Never turn it down. Oh dear. Well, we could see what all the fireflies were for, hey? This is an acid ant. Just like the little poison ants from Earthen Peak, but acid. So much fun. Oh wow, with our Dark Enhanced weapon, we can now kill them in a single strike while two-handing. So what were they guarding? Titanite and Crow Slot items. Okay. Ain't a bad prize for chopping down 4 of those guys. This is not the boss, don't worry, we are a good ways off from that, but god, look how gorgeous this area is. Is that one of them over there? Oh, yes it is. Okay. At least I think it is, and not just something standing kind of awkward, or like a ruin poking up kind of awkwardly. Do you see that kind of glowing crystal-looking thing directly above my Jester's hat? If I'm correct, that is a staff being wielded by the real threats of this area. Priestesses of Amana, who accompany the Archdrake clerics here, and fire powerful, fairly swift, and extremely persistent homing soul arrows. Yep, here she goes. These women will often attack you from great distances, with plenty of enemies between you and them. At least they did in vanilla. I forget how it's done here. Oh yeah, and the Shreks are here as well. These two enemies are often used in concert. Oh, she dropped her staff on the first go. That's really handy, actually. The Staff of Amana is quite good. We want to go ahead and light this thing up. Oh no, I didn't mean to rest it. Oh, hell, they're gonna be back now. Well, we topped our sword up anyway. Help me. I'm gonna rate all these guys to give them a little bit of help. I think it gives you an Estus Flask charge, so... yeah, sure. Don't give up skeleton. Good advice. As I said, man, this one's kind of famous. And it's exclusively for those priestesses of Amana. They're everywhere in this next couple of sections to the level. We're maybe over a third of the way through, not quite halfway. Is the Staff of Amana better than what we have? It's much better. Got a worse dark modifier though, but we need to be quite a bit more intelligent than we are. Huh, geez, if only that Simpleton Spice worked on equipment as well. Also, it's really easy for the soul arrows to clip you, even if you manage to roll as they're approaching you, unless you time that roll perfectly. Oh, hey, you're new. So in the original game, I don't think the old knights were ever found anywhere outside of Hades Tower, but here, they're all over the place, like proper members of Vendrick's army. Which is interesting, I guess. And of course, it's the Mace Men. So this is kind of going to be the setup for the next couple of sections. Tanky big guys to distract you, and priestesses of Amana to slowly, like, pelt you to death with, soul arrows. Like so. Laro. And yeah, often more than one at a time. And often with help. Thankfully, once you thin out their assistance, they're not too bad. Uh-oh. And it begins. And at least in Scholar, it wasn't quite this way in the original always, I think. But by the time you make it to one sorceress, you're already in another's line of sight. Okay, that seems to have stopped put a stop to the ones around here anyway. There's more. Don't worry, there's many, many more. There's a dragon rider. Oh, I know what he's guarding. It's something we can't get to quite yet, but I would be very interested in dueling him in just a moment. Not over, like, or anywhere near an edge, however. A ledge, I should say. Sorry guys, the camera isn't gonna be showing you anything all that appealing in these sections. Largely because I'm going to be paranoid about footing. Whoa, 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 what was that? Are we not supposed to go up there? Okay. Hello? Honestly, all told, those guys are probably the least of our worries. Oh god, here it comes again. Yeah, so probably the best way to handle this, and I think the way I handled it in my actual Dark Souls 2 playthroughs when I was younger, is to take out all of the priestesses in a given location first, and then go back, like I mean straight through to the next bonfire, because as you can see, they're just everywhere. Next bonfire is right over there, by the way. Because they're just everywhere. And this entire area is like no man's land, wide open space. Oh, we can backstab him though. How do you like that? Oh, she was actually gonna try and beat us with the staff. Nice try, I guess. Oh, one of the Forlorn! Oh, that's potentially very, very bad. Well, where is it? Oh, this one's got a scythe. And somewhat substandard aim. How's that poise looking? So, like almost every other player-style enemy we fought recently, not phenomenal like poise, but has way more stamina than I do. Which is fine, because I can do this. Which doesn't do anything because they've been lost out in the darkness for ages, right? No! No! Damn it all! Oh, so we've got to go through the bit with the sorceresses all over again. Right. To be fair, in the original game, that didn't happen. So, this area was a little bit easier, I think. Not for first-time players. First time, like, everybody I know, myself included, just had hell here. But you do not get invaded by the Forlorn. A Forlorn who can go around your shield really easily. Oh dear. So I'm thinking, instead of using our dark weapon as much as I love it, when the Forlorn spawns in, if we want to really get rid of him, we slather on some gold pine resin or something. Something nice and, you know, very unlikely for a Dark Knight to have effective defense against E. Oh god! Oh, you are persistent now. Very persistent, Jesus! Wow. I'm not about to lose my soul, so we will try this again. Oh my god. So I've never realized that because I don't think I've ever had to run from them quite like that, but without the Milfanito pacifying them, those things have insane aggro range. Now, are they... Yeah, they do appear to be human. I was checking to see, was it like, oh my god, do they have, like, blue skin or something? Because I was thinking, like, you never actually get to see the clerics' faces or anything. Human effigy? Good, good. Yeah, we will take that right now, no complaints. What makes these enemies so dangerous, aside from the fact that their projectiles do chase you just a wee bit, is they have really phenomenal range. And once they've got a beat on you, they're not likely to let it go easily. Oh. Well. Not the most durable, though, thank God. And this spell is really their only trick. They don't have any others that I'm aware of. If I had a seat at the Tree of Giants, that Forlorn would be no problem. I could lure him in and then just turn the priestesses and bizarre undead critters loose on him. But we don't quite want to do that. Not if we can help it, anyway. Did I go too far around the hut? What exactly triggered the invasion last time? I am somewhat lost, admittedly. Technically because we went in here? Or the game thought we did? Stone... Night Soul. Well, I hate to just waste this pine resin now, but... maybe we have forlorn insurance for the time being? That'd be nice. Also got the clerics back. So with her gone, is there any treasure or the like over here? Amazing we're not just shocking ourselves to death, dangling our electrified sword in the water like that. Not that I'm complaining. Now, what is good old Shrek guarding? I mean, you don't just put down a Shrek without giving him a purpose. Alright, here we go. You saw how this worked back at the Shaded Woods. Best strategy for fighting Shreks. Run like hell until it's done with a combo. It can also try to sit on you, which is glorious. And I guess exploitable, eh? Ooh, uppercut. Nice. Ooh! No, 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 no. Got him. Now, is he guarding anything, or does he just have a treasure? No. No, he was guarding something, definitely. Now we just need to very carefully, right, make our way over and figure out what. Not here? What are they... mean to say that there's not anything here? Really? No, there's one of these here. And a priestess of Amana, who I'm guessing may have tried to snipe us if we made it over there without coming to see about her first. No! Oh, man, are you kidding me? Oh, that was bad. Sorry, gang. That means we're gonna have to do all that work all over again. So the path drops off there, but only on the one side of the columns. On the other, it's persistent. Well, this area has the reputation it does for a reason, but believe it or not, we are not far at all from the end of the area proper. Now, like a lot of other areas in this kind of mid-late game gauntlet, we will have ample reason to return here for a couple cool pieces of loot and things like that on down the line. Specifically, the Dragon Rider is guarding some gear we can't get our hands on quite yet. Ooh, missed a completely static target, thankfully. Oh, anti-bleeding item, I think. That's interesting. I don't know if they drop an armor set or if they even have one. I really don't know. I know that the clerics do, obviously, but don't know about them. Dragon Charm, okay. Right, so let's work our way around and try to get old Brady his souls back. Including, of course, taking down the Shrek again. Really, the lack of visibility near edges, coupled with the Amana witches, or priestesses, is going to be your biggest hurdle here. Jeez, could I not just walk over there? Alright. Now that taken care of, let's go see about Mr. Shrek. Again. One, two, please fall, thank you. 3. Surprisingly fast on the recovery there, isn't he? That is a grab attack, technically, I think. Got him. Nice. Now we just need to very carefully this time make our way over to the little patch of souls we lost, recover them, and axe the priestess. We can do this. Deep breaths. Oh, right, there's one of these. Almost there. Man, look at that. Nasty. There is a treasure at the end of all this, though. I thought. Yeah. It's just being guarded by 2 of these monsters. Here, how do you like mine? No real dark resistance, it seems. Perfect, that's exactly what Dark Orb was made for. Estus Flask Shard, yes. And a chest. Oh, God! Okay, so I don't do super well with, like, really deep, murky, occluded water. like this, especially in video games and the like. So, geez, yeah, this is really doing it for me. Okay, Sunlight Blade Miracle. That is interesting. It is the Miracle's answer to Dark Blade slash Magic Weapon. And, sorry, Dark Weapon slash Magic Weapon. It was originally, I believe, closely linked to the Warriors of the Sunlight, and remains so in lore, but basically coats your weapon in a lightning effect for a certain period of time, based off of faith. Jeez. Almost back on the path. We'll go take care of the Dragon Rider in a minute, don't worry. We can summon in Lone Hunter Schmidt here if we want the help, but apparently he is the worst NPC Phantom in the game, or the worst equipped anyway, so not gonna be too much help. We're almost to the next bonfire, though. Clerics are back, finally. Feels like ages since we've seen them. Let's go. Easy, we can probably farm their entire equipment set pretty easily here, hammer and all. Some more loot over there, but we'll get to it in a moment. We have more pressing matters to deal with. There's a witch over there, who we'll be getting to very shortly. Yeah, come on. Oh, he was healed? Oh, I guess they can use dragon charms themselves, right? So we've got our nice little pile of clerics here we just need to sort through. Got their helm, another shield. I think we're missing the boots, maybe? Oh no, she healed him? She's totally unarmed. That's very strange. Alluring skulls. Nice. And somehow that didn't kill her, wow. We'll take the Titanite. Anything else back here? No? Okay. Surprised that the Forlorn didn't invade again. Maybe they only invade once per game or something like that? I don't know. Let's see what this... Well, no, sorry. Bonfire first. Bonfire first. It's not that hard to access. We just have to go through an army of acid ants, which, thanks to Dark Orb, we can do pretty easily. I thought they're... Yeah, a little bit more resilient. It'll just be faster to do it this way. Stay away from the acid cloud. Not like that. Do as I say, not as I do. There's a giant acid ant over there. It does respawn, I believe. But light up this bonfire. We can summon Felicia, the Brave, to help us get to the boss. And fight the boss, of course, but... Life gem, don't really need that. Leave them for now. We've got unfinished business back here. Gonna try to fight the Cleric, and get the treasure he's guarding, and then at least fight the Dragon Rider. I'm pretty sure we can't get what he's guarding yet. But I want to see if he drops anything interesting like himself. Oh, visibility in this water is so poor! Which is definitely what they intended. I mean... Oh, he's got help. Of course he does. Fortunately, we're effectively in a blind spot now, so... Radiant Life Gem is... Oh, that's a Shrek. Is that a larger than usual Shrek? Either it is, or that's just my mind on pure terror working overtime. No, he's bigger than normal, I think. Ow! Not sitting on me would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Yeah, just go for that move. Nice and punishable. Even when you hit me, it's nice and punishable. No! No! Oh, man! Treasure was right there. Treasure was right friggin' there, but that's this area for you. It is tough, man. The next area, if I recall, has like a couple distinct like little tricks and gimmicks to it, but is a much-needed reprieve from this kind of difficulty. And no other area we'll see in the base game is going to kill us through just really honestly ingenious encounter design and enemy placement quite like this. Like, this is a very well-designed area. It's very hard, but ingeniously designed. All the encounters are intended to keep you on your toes and have you managing a million different things, while also probably forgetting about the water and steep drop-offs that are going to be all around you. I mean, it's level design that's the work of an evil genius, but a genius nonetheless. At least the stars of our show give us a good amount of souls. Not as many as the Archdrake clerics, though. That's very weird. So, new plan for King Shrek. Pelt him with dark orbs and lure him out into a slightly more open area like this one as we beat a constant retreat. It's not a good plan, considering how fast and relatively unencumbered by the water he is, but it is a plan. Come on out. Thank you. At least they drop us plenty of human effigies. So let's re-up Dark Weapon. Good. Get Dark Orb ready for action. Alright, sir, right this way to an area where I'll... Oh. Just about faced already, huh? Okay, so you're guarding a very specific area. And my souls, all of my souls, damn you. You don't want to leave this little grotto, like, at all. No, 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 please, no. Oh, damn! All my souls, really? God damn, well, I told you guys going in if we were going to lose all of our souls on any map, it would be this one. And, wasn't expecting it to be on King Shrek, but now I am bound and determined to kill him. He better have been guarding a good-ass ring or something. These guys more or less just waste your time once you know what they do. I think this, like, little tunnel area, or little tunnel complex, is more or less the only area in the game where they appear in any numbers as well. They might show up one other place, but that's it. Now we got the boots. And their mace. Looked more like a hammer to me, but... Potato, potato. Maces technically are hammers, and... I guess, like, war hammers are vice versa, so... Now I know for a fact, since we got gloves, probably our second pair of gloves, but maybe not, that we have the entire set for, the Archdrakes, or the Archdrake sect. Come on. Thank you. Oh, got a lot of stuff there. More boots, healing item, another mace. Oh, this is personal now, you bastard. Let's get in there. And just snipe like our lives depend on it. Because they do. Or because it does. Rather. And yet he will not leave that one tiny arena. For the most part, anyway. He's got a very short aggro range. Quite unusual for this area. Whoops. Are we just having some pathfinding issues there? Like, what's going on, bud? There you go. Not nearly enough souls, and just a fruit, but I'll take it, just to sate my burning curiosity as to what the hell is back here. The singer's dress, so the Milfanito's dress, and a life ring +2. Life ring could actually come in mighty handy, because as we see, like, how much HP will we get if we put it on? That's quite a bit. Did I not reverse hollowing? Well, let's do just that right now. Died so many times here, I've totally forgotten what state I was in. Now, we are not going to fight the Dragon Rider right now, because A, we can't get what's behind him, I'm fairly certain, and B, we would have to fight our way back through all the priestesses and all that again, and that is not going to make for entertaining viewing for you guys today. So instead, we are going to just push on and probably complete the Shrine of Amana very, very quickly now, with only a couple detours for probable deaths and definite treasure. This is the Explorer Roy's resting place. I presume they mean like a place of respite and not like his actual grave, but we'll want to go ahead and cut down all of these ants. Hope everyone watching is having a wonderful day, by the way. It's been a pretty decent one for me, just getting used to the, well, surprisingly inert to the realities of life in quarantine. But hey, odds are good we are much closer to the end of this thing as I broadcast this than we are the beginning, so don't know if the big one respawns, and yep, it's going to put all of our stuff at risk. Does repair powder only work on your Where is it? Repair powder, repair powder, repair powder. Here we go. Oh no, all our equipment. Okay, sure. And our stuff is at near full durability now. The rings aren't, but that's fine. Rings don't take damage normally. I don't think, anyway. Oh, and it's the Amana show again. And we're practically at the very end of this dungeon. But they're going to make us work for it. As ever. Oh, that one has such a nasty position. Peculiar Kindler. I have no idea who that is. An NPC, I'm guessing. Yep. Oh, very powerful mage. That is the Crystal Soul Spear, one of Seath's spells that Big Hat Logan learned in the original game. And they also know a great number of hexes, it would appear. They've got the Witch Tree branch as their catalyst. Which is a good one. Good for both hexes and sorceries, I believe. Great, in fact. Got him, though. That is a very interesting set they're wearing. Well, that was our nice respite from the Amana priestesses, but we've got one more guarded by not only a couple clerics, but a mass of those currently pacified undead monstrosities. Oh, sorry, there's two more. One over there. Alright, kiddos. One at a time, please. Oh, no, no, no. No! No! Oh, fuck! Sorry, sorry. Really? How did I dodge that as many times as we were heading in and out of the cave? But yes, yes, this... You have now seen very well what the Shrine of Amana is known for. Sudden drops, lots of priestesses. Oh, and the big one does respawn. Interesting. We've burned so many effigies here. Jesus. This and Iron Keep are the two areas in the base game that are guaranteed to probably cause you the most frustrations in the run of just a standard playthrough. The DLC areas can be very difficult, but they're kind of intended to be a very particular kind of challenge. Each of them its own flavor of challenge. But these are, yeah, these are something else. And again, you could just rush a lot of this, but I don't want to because so much of the treasure is so good. Now, if you have like a co-op buddy or an NPC partner, you can have a much easier time of this. Like one person trying to draw some of the priestess's bolts, while the other actually, like, who knows the area a bit better, can actually, like, clear it out, say. The deep water inhibiting movement does not help either. Wait, I think the one in the middle there, yeah. The one in the middle doesn't attack us because she's a healer. A very powerful one, but... Nope, you assholes aren't taking my soul. They took my souls. Oh, shit! It'd be great if I could just run my way around the perimeter of that encounter, but I'm fairly certain there's drop-offs to the right. Like I said, they were, again, I'm getting very frustrated, of course, but this is well designed. There's nothing bad here at all. It's perfect for what is overall, with the exception of the stuff the Dragon Rider's guarding, a very linear area you're not really expected to return to at all. Give them one really good run through the ringer and have that just be it, you know what I mean? Like, if this was a transitory area we would have to pass through multiple times, like Lighttown Swamp or Undead Burg in the first game, oh no, that'd be awful. But as it is, it works. It's also way more challenging heading into the shrine than back out of it. So it's designed to pose one very particular, like, imposing type of challenge all of one time. And I've got mad respect for that in a game like this. Oh no, she took... I keep underestimating the sorceress's durability. And their rate of fire is so rapid. No, not you guys again! And unlike a lot of other projectiles in this game which have, like, you know, kind of a mild homing effect, the sorceress's, or the priestess's bolts will follow you to the ends of the earth, easily. Good. Now we can actually chip one of these guys down. Very nice. Oh, thank you, God. Well, that's the worst of it over and done with. Now we've just got to make sure we don't fall off a pit, or fall into a pit, as we make our way over to this last priestess and put her on ice. Which, in fact, I'm going to try to do from a distance. What on earth was that? Targeting just went all wild for a second, I guess? Only one left is the healer, surrounded by an entourage of... No? Oh, I guess if we disturb them, the Milfanito may stop singing, or something? Or not. Huh. Wonder what that was about then. We got Vengarl's Red Iron Twin Blade, which is just sitting out here for some reason, and the Soul of a Proud Knight. Nice. Petrified Dragon Bone to upgrade special weapons, right on. And more Archdrake stuff. More Spice. More Archdrake stuff. Oh, there was something around the side of this cave, though. Well, as long as it's safe, let's try worming our way over there to get it. Oh, man. Oh, not right now. Not right now. Another time, perhaps, but not right now. Oh, a torch actually would be handy here. It gives us better illumination, right? Yeah, buddy. Say, I don't think I've ever tried this before, because I'm pretty sure your torch is extinguished if you roll or anything like that because of the water, right? But, for just a minute, this gives me some much-needed peace of mind. Yes, yes. Just like that. What's over here? The Homing Crystal Soul Mass Sorcery. Requires a ton of intelligence, I'm pretty sure, but it is very, very powerful. potent in PvP too, because it homes right in on an enemy from close range. Not that you can't roll through it, it's just more demanding than you'd expect. Oh, hello. Didn't even see that one there. We're almost to the end. I mean, hell, we practically are at the end. More cash, right? I'm sure there's some treasure we missed here and there, but I am quite content with our first run through the Shrine of Amana. Died a ton, but that's what happens in this area every time, trust me. Nothing around the hut. Might as well just head on in. It's one of the Milfanito, but she's been horribly abused or attacked somehow. Look at her limbs, and if we talk to her, she just vanishes. Huh. But the song continues on. See, at least right now, it's not the Milfanito that are singing, and for some time it hasn't been. They're still here, and they do sing to pacify the undead, don't worry, that's actually a thing in-game. But, this is something else entirely. A very, very cool creature. Meet the Demon of Song. A horrific toad-looking thing that is actually singing right now. As soon as the battle begins, though, the song stops, it shields itself with its skin, and we have to wait for it to show itself, or its face, rather, to perform certain attacks, which deal heavy damage but are easily dodged, most of the time, to deal damage to it. Now, thankfully, its flesh is very vulnerable when it actually shows. Oh god. That's a slam attack. It's just so grotesque. I love it. Like, when you think a song demon, something that is melodic and beautiful, you think something that's deceptively, like, charming maybe, right? But no, this thing is gross. It's just got a beautiful voice. Hurts like hell, but it has very low health as it happens for this stage in the game, so we can do away with it pretty easily. Which is a shame, because it's got quite a lovely boss arena. I would have liked to spend just a little more time here. We got its soul and put a stop to its song. Let's check this out. Soul of the Demon of Song at the Shrine of Amana. When this demon developed a taste for human flesh, it was contained within the Shrine of Amana, but the line of priestesses who looked after the shrine and appeased the creature have died off. Not exactly. I'm guessing they just went hollow, seeing as how we had to cut our way through most of them, which, hey, now that you think about it, means that this statement is now, as of just a couple minutes ago, technically true. We can use the Demon of Song soul to get at least one kind of interesting item. Nothing else to do for now, save come out the other side in this area. Yeah, we're not quite through the shrine proper yet, folks. Very, very close, don't worry. But we've got a bit more to do before we carry on to the next area in this little transitional region. Starting by getting rid of this cyan knight. Seeing one of these guys is a very, very good sign, as that means we are on the right trail, or we are on the right track for hunting for King Vendrick. Let's pop a flame butterfly real quick, because I want to be able to see what's around me and not fall off the edge of the map like a dumbass, now that we've actually completed the entire area. Like that. Ugh. Yeah, that is a hard drop. Yikes. Oh, Basilisk. Hello. Didn't expect to see you guys here. I don't believe they were in the original. Oh, but they're out in force now, all coming out of this tower, which is not where we need to go to progress, I don't think, but it does have some very, very important stuff in it. Stuff I want quite desperately. Do we have a fragrant branch? Please, God, tell me we have a fragrant branch. Yes, we do. Oh, thank you, God. Trust me, this tower's important. It's very important. For starters, it gives us a bonfire at the very end of the Shrine of Amana. Magic arrows, oh, okay. If we were an archery build, those would be really useful right about now, but no. Oh, and see, they even taunt you with the bonfire if you don't have the branch. How nasty is that? What exactly did I lock onto a second ago? Something directly above us. Now, there's something very cool up here. Very, very cool. Well worth the investment, I think. Free roots. Oh, it's one of those poison butterflies. Long time no see. Oh, and it's durable, too. Or moths. I'm fairly certain it's a moth, actually, the more I think about it. There we go. Nice. Locked. Oh, we might need something from the next area to properly access this one. Okay. No problem if that's the case. Twilight herb from the moth, presumably. Well, with that, friends, we are ready to kick on to the next area. Past this very ornate-looking door. What? I guess somebody was, again, pointing out an illusory wall that did not exist. Are we ready? Hell yeah, we are. Time to head even deeper into the earth. Remember, we took a very long lift ride down from Drangleic Castle to reach the Shrine of Amana. And now on the other side, we're going deeper still to the last vestige of the forlorn, the despairing, the hopeless in Drangleic. Don't worry, this is no Blighttown environment, though. This is a very, very cool area with a lot of interesting gear and prizes for us to discover. Welcome to the Undead Crypt. First, we've got another audience with our resident eerie exposition head. This is the second of 3 appearances he'll make in the campaign, I want to say. We won't see him again for a little while after this.
And no matter how tender, how exquisite, alas!
Oh, hold on. I actually want to check this real quick because I have no idea what these choices mean. One moment. Okay. Okay, got it. Right, so do we want peace? Do we want to link the first flame? I guess is what he's asking. Do we want to follow in Lord Gwyn's footsteps? And he seems to know a lot about the world around us. Like, he knew Vengarl's story. He supposedly, I guess he was talking about, like, the love, or unrequited love, that can drive people. Talking about, like, the covetous demon Mytha and the old Iron King. He's knowledgeable, and he's giving us a fairly nihilistic read on things, but pointing out a very critical truth about this game's plot and world. The whole perpetuation of the light is purely artificial here, and when Gwyn attempted to completely lock away the darkness and its magical power, he inadvertently perverted the balance of, like, natural magical forces in this universe, and indirectly, as we'll see especially in Dark Souls 3, caused a lot of this. So, do we want to link the fire? Do we want to snuff it out and let the darkness run wild? Or do we want something else? Is this even what we want at all? And the answer's pretty clear, on my part at least. The first flame, not worth it.
Vendrick, the near true world, is here, and not far off. But what is it, King? You, neither born with great wisdom grounded by the fates. What is it you seek? You cannot even say yourself.
Getting surprisingly meta here. Since we're not given any real opportunities for characterization or anything like that. Interesting. So we'll run into this fine gentleman one more time. But again, not for a while. We are now here in the Undead Crypt. And for whatever reason, we can now see every other bonfire in the game. Don't know what that's about. But yeah, as you can see, we've got quite a few more areas to find. Quite a few. And we shall get to most, if not all of them, don't you worry. Now, the Undead Crypt is a pretty standard, if very well made and aesthetically pleasing stage. We aren't hollow or anything, are we? There's not supposed to be a summon sign there? Nope. Alright. Gonna try to get a bit further in before we... Oh, Cyan Knights. Who were definitely not here in the original. And they will, like, not move from their posts, it looks like. We just have to fight our way through. There's a hollow running around with a torch. We want to get rid of that. This is the one area in the game where you do not want any light on your person. No torch, nothing of the sort. Damn, we got clipped with all 3 hits of that. Oh, and we never stopped two-handing our weapon. That's problematic as well. Got him. Now there are some interesting enemies here, and we're going to meet the first one. Yeah, the Great Shield Knights. They wield the shield specifically made, at least by my reading of things, for combat, which they actually drop, and are, let's say, pretty damn powerful. What you want to do is use something like, say, a projectile, to coax them into attacking. Now, without their guard raised, they're not super duper powerful. But man, do those shields hurt. Ow. Oh, did we get one, though? No, we got the Imperious Gloves, part of their armor set, which looks really cool, might I add. Here we've got Hexers, assaulting us with little volleys of humanity. Well, guess what? I can do that too. Not as well as you ladies can, but I can. I highly doubt Dark Orb would be that effective against them. Whoa, that was a miracle. Literally, that was the Sunlight Spear miracle. Or, Lightning Spear miracle. One of the most iconic offensive spells in the entire series. They can use hexes and divine miracles. Very interesting. We've got Lady of Black Robes and some stone. Devotee Scarlet. NPC Cleric, right. We won't be needing her help. I hope. There's a merchant we can run into a bit deeper in here. I just forget exactly when. I think some of those, like, wall ghosts with the greatswords are present here as well. Just forget where. Oh, here he is.
Human, do not produce light. Light.
Yeah, so there is a merchant with non-hostile grave wardens around him right up there. But he will attack us if we produce any kind of light in this room. These grave wardens are wielding sickles that look, well, kind of like a Khopesh. Again, they have oddly, like, vaguely Egyptian aesthetics going for them. This is their leader, Grave Warden Agdane, I want to say. Lots of messages trying to trick people into aggroing the Grave Wardens with torches, of course.
I am Agdane, guardian of the crypt. Countless dead rest here in peace, cradled by the comfort of dark. Light only agitates. We have no need for it here. I am a finito.
Another one of Nito's creations, the Milfanito and the Finito.
This task was granted to me.
Presumably they're all Finito as well, the big blue Grave Wardens.
Countless souls.
Standing guard outside.
Some of them from ages long ago. Some were rich, others poor. Some wise, some dull, but now they're all just dead.
Cheery guy, isn't he?
Do you comprehend? The one called Vendrick. You will find him deeper inside. Many castle servants and the like have come to fetch their lord. But they rest here now, put to death by the king's own guard. Perhaps
Yeah, so he just literally gave up the will to rule or to live.
in the past, humans were one with the dark. The former king of light, he feared humans.
Yep,
Feared that they would usher in an age of dark.
as we shall see.
How queer you humans. How you go on, never separating truth from fiction. This place is welcome to all, provided due reverence is shown. Death is inevitable. Accept it. We will all one day be welcomed by her embrace. Tell me what you desire. Show me reverence, and I will lend you my hand.
So since we've done this much, he acts as a standard merchant.
Finito, this task
Okay, so he's got, like, just the same dialogue. Acts as a merchant, and if we buy enough stuff, I believe, will give us, a special weapon. A very special weapon. Sells a ton of Elizabeth's mushrooms and, human effigies. Oh, some interesting spells. And the Ring of Thorns +1 counterattacks when damage is taken. Ring granted protection by Kreml, God of Struggle. The ring spikes drive into the wearer's skin so that each blow taken fuels spite toward the perpetrator. So it doesn't actually hurt the enemy, it just makes you much angrier at them. When damage is taken, the ring retaliates and inflicts damage upon the enemy. We'll buy that, sure. And these special spells, some of which we have, some of which we don't. Soul Appease Miracle, one of the lost miracles preserved only in the Undead Crypt. Inflicts heavy damage on mindless hollows, but has no effect on anything else. The Undead Crypt is a place of rest for the living. Those afflicted by the curse can only pray to one day gain entrance. And the Warmth Healing Pyromancy creates a gentle, warm flame that heals those who touch it. Fire can be a show of strength, but it's also a symbol of wisdom and comfort. Fire is what the caster wishes it be. An excellent thing to keep in mind as we explore the lore, especially surrounding, say, Gwyn and the First Flame throughout this series. No, nothing for us yet? Okay. Maybe he'll grant us that weapon. Hold on, let me double check real quick, because I remember there's a weapon I do want to show you guys. Yeah, so after we take down the boss in the Undead Crypt, we should have a new weapon waiting for us from Agdane. That said, let's get the show on the road. Now notice he said don't produce any light, and what's the first thing we see on the other side of his little hallway? Torches. Nice and lit. He specifically means do not produce light in that one chamber, I suppose. Meanwhile, we are going to be lighting this place up like the 4th of July, with absolutely no repercussions in store. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing, I think. If we do manage to anger him with this, which we shouldn't, we can correct our mistake by seeking absolution from the partner. So if we light this torch, nothing happens. Maybe this is tied to, Geez. Invader, hello. What do you do? A hexer? A hexer whose catalyst is also a mace. Brilliant. I think it's technically a chime. I've seen that mace before. Nice try, but I'm a little bit tankier than something, apparently. Now, as we saw, if there's a ladder here, that means there's a ledge down here. Yep, oy. Oh, that hurts without the Jester's set. Without the Jester's leggings. Prisoner's tatters, not really our style. Soul of a great hero, so tons of money. Oh, it wasn't totally pointless little message. There's a great little parcel of cash down there. Makes it well worth it, I'd say. Oh. Oh, hi. Wasn't expecting him to show up there. Dark resistant item. And in here, what do we have? A crushed eye orb and the fire seed. What does this do again? Invade the world of a traitor. The crushed eye writhes unsteadily in search of dishonorable miscreants. Where are the fiends? Where are they? Right. So we can actually use this back in Majula to do one very, very specific thing. First off, let me get some souls by offing the wall ghost really quickly. We're about to be introduced to the main, like, little gimmick of the Undead Crypt, and ooh, boy, it's a doozy. See these bells? Do not let hollows who will be crawling up from the ground more or less constantly ring these bells. If they do, they will summon an endless stream, effectively endless stream, of respawning pyromancer ghosts. Now they're weak, they go down in just a couple hits, but they could deal some serious damage in numbers. Ow. Well played, Wall Ghost. Now there... If I remember correctly, there should be a bonfire not too far from here. Soul of a Hero, very nice, very nice. So those frail little, like, prisoner hollows that pose absolutely no threat to us, their real role in these stages are to begin summoning the pyromancers. Now, I think you can, like, dispel the pyromancers, though, if you destroy these headstones scattered throughout the maps. Or the map, I should say. Just the one. Yep, there one is. They look really cool as wraiths go. And they do have stuff they can drop, believe it or not. Petrified Dragon Bone, very good, very good. They have like a special shield, I think, and a sword, maybe. A sword that doubles as a catalyst or something. Yeah, just punch our way through all these rocks. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, we can backstab them, too. I don't think I ever realized that. As I said, deal quite a bit of damage. But we got the magic shield for it. An actual item, not like a spell. Careful, careful. Human effigies. Spice and a firebomb? No. Literally crawling out of the ground to get to us. I don't know if the headstones respawn. I hope not. We're gonna explore everything we need to in and around this room right now so that when I do rest at the bonfire, we can just, like, motor our way straight on through this whole area without having to worry about the pyromancer ghosts or the like. There's another one of these lady witches up here, who appear to be rogue Milfanito. The dried fingers increases the likelihood of being invaded and the like. Titanite and a bonfire ascetic. We got really cool looking catalysts. Another magic shield. Haven't gotten the sword yet. Bracing Knuckle Ring +2 slows equipment degradation, right? That might come in handy, given certain weapons in this game and the way they work. Soul of a Lost Undead. Screw it, gonna use some repair powder. We got plenty. Even the little prisoner hollows can bring the fire here. Skeletons sure can't, though. They've fallen on hard times since the glory days of Dark Souls 1, eh? Have we gotten almost all the loot we want over here? Yes, we have. So now it's time to properly sit at that bonfire and rest ourselves up. I hope the headstones don't respawn. I don't know if they do. Coming to you live from the Undead Ditch. Oh, thank God they don't. Waistcloth, human effigy from the skeletons. Very good. And some Titanite. Won't turn up my nose to either. Oh, we missed one. Good thing I caught this. fast. This is far from the most dangerous environment we'll see these bells and headstones in. I want to make sure we get the drop on the Lady of Witch real quick. Uh-oh. We were poisoned by her, I believe. Hopefully there's no one to answer the bells. Thank God there isn't. We took out all the gravestones. So they're down for the count, I guess? Oh, skeleton ain't, but... we rang that one. Who cares? Alright. Wall ghosts in here? Oh, it's Lycia again. Great. She wasn't too tough the first time. Maybe she has a different moveset or equipment or something here? Nope. Guess not. Guess she just really wants to loot our corpse or something. Well, next time we stop by Majula, we are definitely using that orb, because I believe it's how we invade her. We can invade her for some special gear. Turnabout's fair play, right? Hello, wall ghost. Hello, second wall ghost. Divine Blessing, Hero Soul, nice. What's in here, though? Aside from a wall ghost. I think in the original game there was a wall ghost that spawned directly over one of these chests and would, like, attack you as soon as you started to open it. Not here, maybe. So we got the Avalon, the repeating crossbow, I think, right? Thought it was Evelyn, but it's the Avalon. Yeah, this one. I think Chester used it in the first game. An extremely rare, rapid-firing crossbow. Fires 3 successive bolts, inflict heavy damage by making all 3 shots count. Fiorenza, the richest merchant in all of Volgan, recreated this lost weapon after reading of it in an old book. If we were like a range-focused player, that would be a godsend. It's a very powerful weapon in capable hands. Our hands, not so capable when it comes to range damage. So there is a wall ghost just waiting with his back pressed up against that alcove, or inside that alcove for us. There's a couple of them in here, I want to say. Yeah, you could see another right over there. Oh, hello. Two of these Imperious Knights. We kind of want to lure them if we can. Anything? Is this doing anything for you guys? No? Come on. There you go. They surprisingly don't have just a ton of health. I guess they assumed the defense would make up the difference, eh? Is their armor hollow? Oh god, they're just like animate suits of armor. Black Knight style, but you can actually see, like, through chinks in the armor, they're totally vacant. That is so cool. I think we get the opportunity to run into a couple more of them now. It is going to be headstone hell down there. So just get ready, we're probably gonna die to pyromancers at least a couple times as we work to take all these things down. Because there are bells everywhere, and undead working diligently to ring them. Like that. As you can see, we've already got company. Oh, he took down one of the headstones for us all by his lonesome. Thanks for that, pal. Oh my god. Yeah, they can do Soul Spear Barrage. Totally forgot. We're dead. We're dead, we're dead, we're dead. Yep. There's no way I could make it through that. Good news, though. Good news. Despite that, we cleared out maybe half of the headstones that are down there, and aside from the pyromancer ghosts, there is absolutely nothing threatening in that passage that I recall. Just the little prisoner hollows who can't do much of anything on their own. Much less, like, pose a credible threat. There we go. Oh, damn, wall ghost. I know she's there, just trying to work our way through as quickly as possible this time around. Nothing to wake up over here. Alright, let's get ready for this. The dark buff should also help us deal a bit more damage through those shields. Or not. You know, or not. They actually have halfway decent dark defense, it would seem. Makes sense considering where we are. Got him. The Imperious Helm. And the leggings. Nice, I think this is the most of their armor I've ever collected. That's really cool. Alright, let's get ready for this. So we've got to prioritize. Headstones we have not yet seen. Or destroyed. Yep, because it's already showtime. And one of these pyromancers on their own can just, well, do that to your health, so let's try and remember. Way out's over there. No! Damn it all! All those souls, man! I was so sure we were gonna go get them. Oh... Really? Well, we ain't leveling up any damn time soon. That's the tricky area here. There's one more place with bells and pyromancers that does not have headstones you can destroy. You've just got to stop the undead from ringing the bell. But it's nowhere near as challenging as that. Because worst case scenario, you can just run straight through that one if you want. After this, though, after this, we won't be too far from some answers. It'd be much easier to pin the, like, prisoner hollows who are going to ring the bells as well, if we could actually, you know, see them in the darkness. Let's see. Come on. Oh, they just got a overhead slam. Okay, nice. Gotta respect the classics. Oh, I take my earlier comment back. Looks like the dark buff actually does add a good deal of oomph to our attacks against them. Some people I've seen play online... Oh, we've got Orma's Great Shield, one of the two, like, combat shields. Some people I've seen, like, record videos for YouTube and the like, or just play online, who've mastered those shields and created builds specifically for them, are able to do absolutely beautiful things with them. I'm just, you know, not one of them. Here's where our next headstone is. Come on. Ah, but the bell causes them to respawn much faster as well, doesn't it? I see your game. A large soul, dragon charm. So bitter about all those damn souls I lost. All the damn souls I've lost this stream. We've not even had, like, just terrible luck or anything. It's just been brutal combat encounter after brutal combat encounter. Fortunately, the rest of the Dark Souls 2 in-game, if I recall, shouldn't be quite so bad in that regard. Big old parcel of souls that we definitely need now, and the Mace of the Insolent. I think that's the special chime mace that Dark Spirit we killed earlier was wielding. So from here we should come out to a pretty familiar looking area. We are now just across the way from Agdane's little area. Now, we pull this switch and get, I believe, a shortcut. Yeah. That's what this is. Very good. Because we are now actually almost to the boss, believe it or not. And, as you can see, there's another secret platform down there folks have been scribbling on. So, real quick, torch. There we go. We're going to want to do this, trust me. We're going to want to light that as well, but... no, we want to light this first. Thought this was activated with a Pharaoh Stone, but no. This will provide natural illumination for the rest of the crypt. Well, this large, dark, open area, anyway. When light is revealed, the shadows rise. In other words, the insolent are here. More of these, like, bizarre crusader dark spirits. And you can't see it due to, well, the red shader applied to all of these guys. But they do wear basically like a crusading Knight Templar's armor. Colors and all. Another Great Shield Knight. Ow. Ow. I always forget that there's a third blow in that combo. Just the one down here, though. What was he guarding? Other than what may be a ladder. Oh, another soul vessel. Nice, nice. If I want to play around with more builds, or am forced to, by the fact that I've been developing this character, honestly, to be probably a bit too much of a generalist, that would not be a bad idea. And more souls, again, that we need very badly. Dropping us right back down to the bonfire. Nice. Now, who is this? Is this a player or an NPC? Player. We're good, then. More tatters. I think we want to head just right out here, since we can now get back to, that other side of the hall much more easily. And yep, the Insolent are here in full force. They might respawn, I don't know. I honestly do not know. I know there's like an army of them because their whole deal is like they raided the tomb, basically. They staged an assault on the undead tomb some time ago. I'm not too up on their lore, so I kind of forget why. I just know that they did. Hence, the moniker, the Insolent. Oh, that's a very bad miracle. They fight pretty intelligently. And drop bonfire aesthetics. Huh. Surprised we haven't gotten any of the gear, though maybe you need to get it at a special place, or Ogdyne will sell it after we've killed X amount of them off. Hey, that's one of mine. Ooh. They don't have the world's greatest poise for invaders like this. I'm not one to speak, but they really don't. So this next area, this is the one with the respawning pyromancers that will attack us unless we drop beneath the stairs and kill a hollow, like, immediately. Like, right now. Whew. Okay, that saved us a bunch of pain. Otherwise, the pyromancers would spawn from these giant stone, like, altars, or, I guess, like, memorial statues on either side of the room, indefinitely. Another one summoned them. There was another one. Oh, God. Oh, that's right. Patch of dirt. They'll keep spawning. Indefinitely. Oh, I was about to say, is it going to do anything, or... Oh, we might have got its sword. Which doubles as a catalyst. For horrifying sorceries like that. These are really cool enemies. I don't know if you can get their robes, though. Yeah, their swords are called Blue Flames. Notice another Dragon Rider, along with the Cyan Knights, guarding the boss door, meaning we're almost there, kids. Now, originally, I know that the Cyan Knights were here. I don't know that the Dragon Riders were. Oof. We'll attempt this boss just with what we've got right now. I don't know how well it's gonna go, because it's been a while. And my memories of them are kinda rusty. But we can see what we're up against at the very least. First things first, we've got an old friend to see off yet again. Hello, Dragon Rider. How are you? Oh, God! Could I trouble you to drop your soul this time? That'd be real swell. Jesus Christ, I think this one has more health than the boss variants did. They do have some sick range on that halberd. Very risky, but we got him. Let's pop a life gem instead to give us that spare health we need. Oh, just a Titanite slab. Listen to me, just a Titanite slab. We could summon Agdane to help. which I may end up doing if this doesn't go quite our way the first few times. But I think we might be good. Bunch of torches, okay. Oh, we'll need to use some repair powder real quick. Really want to get my mitts on that repair spell. Fragrant branch. Lots of loot here. Dark Knight Stone for creating dark weapons, I believe. So nothing mind-blowing, but all kind of useful items. Like socks on Christmas Day. Let's throw some darkness on our weapon and give this one the old college try. Our boss is not King Vendrick. Instead, it's this awesome-looking fella. His right hand, Velstadt, the Royal Aegis. Kneeling in a perfect halo of light amidst this tomb's perpetual darkness, he is, despite his size and his build, technically a cleric, and that thing, that giant bell, is a massive chime. He is a good old-fashioned dust-up boss. He hits like a friggin' truck, as you would imagine. And also has some sorcery on his side. He is, thankfully... well, he's quite quick on his feet, but most of his attacks are quite slow and clearly telegraphed. I love that his bell actually rings when he slams it against surfaces, though. That's beautiful. He's defending Vendrick, or his memory at least, to the very last. Including now, when this warrior of, like, light and miracles willingly gives himself over to the darkness to buff himself up and start casting hexes with that friggin' thing. Oh yeah. That is just a wave damage attack, I believe. Without our dark buff, he takes significantly less damage. I don't know if him going into Phase 2 actually increased his damage, or his damage resistance, but it may have done. What an awesome fight. Like, just what an awesome design. And yes, we can get his armor. Yes, it's incredible. Very heavy, but excellent resistances. I want to say across the board, or maybe to everything but the dark. He's one of two fearsome knights who served as Vendrick's, like, elite generals. Got him! Just barely, just like the Dragon Rider, but down he goes. And we get Velstadt's soul. Notice it's black and dark and corrupted, though. Soul of the Velstadt. Typo. Defender of the king inside the undead crypt. Velstadt was always at the king's side, as if he were his lord's own shadow. After the king retired to the undead crypt, Velstadt followed, never to return. Right, so we fought through all of his defenders. Chopped down an ancient demon sealed inside a shrine, guarded by maddening priestesses, passed the trial posed to us by the Looking Glass Knight, and struck down the king's own right hand, who guarded him here in this spot indefinitely. There's only one thing left to do, and that's confront Vendrick himself, but folks, I can promise you, we're probably ready for the king to not be in the best shape. You're ready for some big boss fight against some abyssal freak, this monstrosity, something that was less than human, but, you probably weren't ready for this. Here in the deepest, darkest tomb of the crypt, we meet King Vendrick, ruler of Drangleic. A great hero who genuinely wanted what's best for everyone, who was so, like, disheartened by his repeated failures, though he came so close to breaking the Undead Curse's grip over mortal souls, that he just gave up. He went hollow. This is all that's left. Naked, mindless, filthy, non-hostile. Nothing more of Vendrick is left. And now we have no real recourse but to leave him. But only after picking up the King's Ring. Something kind of strange about his armor. See, the King's Ring is how we effectively get, quote, permission from him to access those areas sealed by the decree of the King. Where is it? A soul is much like a curse, and those with strong souls must bear within themselves an even stronger curse. Vendrick, King of Drangleic, used a powerful soul to keep the curse at bay. In the end, he sought the flame that began it all. Wear this ring to open the King's Gate.
This ring is the symbol of the King. Use it to gain passage through the King's Gate.
We could technically go on to the end game now, but, I'm not going to. There's more we want to do if we want to earn this game's best endings. Or most complete endings, I suppose.
Without really knowing why.
Right, that's all she has for us. So we have to check with Agdane really quick to get that cool weapon. And then, I guess we have several of the King's doors to open. Including one, unfortunately, in the Shrine of Amana, guarded by that dragon rider. Trust me, it's worth it. It's not gonna feel worth it while I'm fighting my way through to it, but it is. It is easily worth it. There's his warning again. And if we talk to him, he may even sell some more stuff to us now, I don't know.
You have met the king, have you? Life is never easy, never fair. Even more so on this path you have chosen. May you find your peace one day. Take these with you. You may need them as proof of your visit here.
Yes, so not only do we get his pretty awesome looking armor set, we get the Dark Drift, a very special sword. And does he sell anything new now? No, he does not. So the Dark Drift is a special katana. Katana of Grave Warden Agdane has a crystal clear blade and a strong attack that slices through shields, so it's armor piercing. This katana was originally wielded by the one who gave us the first death and still exists imperfectly between planes. And yeah, it is a katana with a translucent blade. Very cool. And quite powerful. A lot of people swear by this one. It's a bit short. Shorter yet than even the Black Steel katana, which is quite short for a sword of this type. But very powerful if crafted or upgraded properly. I probably ain't gonna do that, but wanted to show it off to you because I do think it's a very interesting weapon. Also, could be handy in PvP if, say, you're swinging around a weapon and the enemy has a hard time telling exactly how far its reach extends. Could be handy. Alright, now we want to head back to Majula first things first to turn in our flask shard and level up a few more times.
Is that here to see it, however?
Shard number 12, here we go. Or shard number 11, more like, as we got one for free. Should we just keep... No, I don't want to keep dumping index. I'm pretty sure we've already hit, like, what they would consider the, quote, soft cap. Call me crazy, but I may want to go, like, hard on vitality. Yeah, vitality and vigor. Why not? Keep getting that equip load down. Help us move a little bit faster, recover stamina a little bit faster. Now, actually, before we go back to the Shrine of Amana, we want to go to Drangleic Castle, because if you recall, when we killed the Demon of Song, we got something called the Key to the Embedded, which, I'm sorry, that's his name, not the Imprisoned. That weird, like, hollow serving as the lock to the Milfanito's cage at the top of the castle. And it is actually a fully usable greatsword. Sword that opens the Embedded's door, shaped like a weapon, but is in fact a key. Plunge into the Embedded to bring a rhapsodic end to his fate. The once human Embedded, realizing that he could never resist the temptations of the flesh, bound himself eternally with chains. Since then, he has awaited the day that somebody will find this key and bury it within his bosom. So he's like a really, really hardcore ascetic monk. And this is a unique greatsword. Once we use it to unlock the Embedded's door, we can never get it back again. It is consumed, oddly enough. And they say plunging the key into his bosom, even though we're gonna be more or less stabbing him in the face. This is as close as we're ever going to get to, like, Kingdom Hearts in Dark Souls. We have a Keyblade that honestly wouldn't look too entirely out of place in Kingdom Hearts at this rate. You see, they're making, like, I think an additional mobile game about Xehanort and all that, and, like, a rhythm game. A Kingdom Hearts rhythm game using their phenomenal library of original soundtracks and, like, licensed Disney music is a brilliant idea. I love that one. But man, I wish Kingdom Hearts would stay away from the mobile titles. I'll buy and play anything else, just not those, please. So if we axe this poor guy, we set the Milfanito free. Hold on, let me just get our... Can we can't use the scimitar yet, can we? Oh, we can. Nice. But not yet. Right, so once we've set her free, we get A, the Ring of the Dead, but B, also, I believe she will unlock that door near the final bonfire in the Shrine of Amana. What does the Ring of the Dead do? Which one is that? Is it this one? Yeah. Keep human appearance even when hollow. It's a minor, like, cool little aesthetic bonus. The wearer of this ring appears human even when hollow. They say that in the Undead Crypt, we can reacquaint ourselves with the dead. We all suffer loss, and none of us can escape death. Then what is the fascination with reclaiming that which has already passed into the beyond? Oh, listen! Milfanito's singing to thank us? Yeah, I think she relocates to the Shrine of Amana now that whatever weird magical ward was affixed to the Embedded was keeping her, and was keeping her locked up there, is broken. Meaning we can head back there, and we will in a minute, but Dragon Rider first, I'm afraid. Meaning we have to brave at least some of the priestesses one more time. Trust me, this one's really, really worth it. Never even noticed the old knight after our first run through this particular area. Guess because he's relatively out of the way? Fortunately, dangerous as so much of the stuff here can be, Shrek aside, they're all kind of squishy. Effigy, thank you. Is there a covenant that accepts human effigies as, like, their level up or devotional item? Oh, we're almost there, baby. Okay, Dragon Rider time. Fought on, I believe, a very narrow bridge. Fun. It is possible to, like, send him crashing off the edge, though, I think. Not gonna be easy, but doable. Come on, how about we get a little bit closer to dry land? Well, not dry land, but land. Solid ground. That's the one. Whew, just as tanky as the one in the crypt. This way, please, sir. Thank you. Maybe not the world's most exciting boss, but very capable and imposing mini-bosses, much in the vein of the Black Knights. And originally, aside from the Dragon Rider at Hade's Tower, and, the two fought together, the red halberdier and the black archer in Drangleic Castle's treasury. I know for a fact there were no Dragon Riders in, like, vanilla Dark Souls 2. I really don't think. I don't recall ever seeing them or hearing about any others, so... These guys, all of these, like the one here and in the Undead Crypt, they were added for Scholar of the First Sin, which I think is a great addition. Gives the sense that Vendrick's elite order of knights were still here and actually, you know, doing something. So on past all the blood. We find this little ledge. And oh no, this isn't even... Please tell me the King's Ring will open this. I thought we needed the King's Ring to get in here. Some place of the Ring of Blades, just throw that on, maybe? No, oh, damn. Still can't access this area, then. That's alright. We brought down the Dragon Rider, and I don't know that he responds. So there is that, but now we can definitely access the area I want to say, behind that last bonfire, like at the top of that tower, which, trust me, is going to be a big ol' plus for us moving forward. In addition to giving us access to some pretty nifty little loot here and there. Then we can, I suppose, conclude the stream by opening up some more, or opening up all of the King's Gates that we've seen so far. There were, I think, a couple, no, just one in Shaded Woods, one in Drangleic Castle, and one in the Forest of the Fallen Giants that we may or may not have seen on stream yet. So, first things first. If we're lucky, I might be able to run through one more area really quickly, because the next place we go is actually a very short, but really cool area. Nope, still locked. Huh. Ain't that something? Oh, hello. Goodbye. Okay, so King Ring time. Where to begin? I would say start with Drangleic Castle, but I'll just tell you right now, the door by the King's Gate, the King's Gate by the King's Gate bonfire, will just give you access to basically the first flame, like the little walkway leading to the final boss arenas. No real need to use that quite yet. Forest of the Fallen Giants is probably the best option for us right now, so we're going to head to the Cardinal Tower, and from there, the place where we can use the King's Ring should be apparent. It was like that door, I think we did show it on stream, guarded by the Scion Knight, near the area we got, I think, the Great Lance. Again, always great running through early game areas in games like Dark Souls, because man, you just really get a sense of like growing in power, how far you've come. Remember when enemies like this used to genuinely put us on the rear foot? Not so anymore. Produce the symbol of the king? You got it, buddy. Oh, wrong one. Take two. There we go, and that'll open the door while we get the good ring back on. All you need to do is wear the ring somewhere in the vicinity of the door for just a second, and it'll go ahead and open permanently. And what's on the other side of this very snazzy door? Aside from a bonfire, you mean? Well, another balcony. With, among other things, a shimmering giant corpse. And a pathway back down to a lot of treasure we definitely missed earlier on. I think it's possible to get here earlier, we just didn't. Not here, not the balcony, but like down here. This kind of courtyard area. Fragrant Branch and Twinkling Titanite. Ladies and gents, it may be time to properly take on those salamanders now. You know the great big fire-breathing lizards we saw ravaging the Great Hall like that? Well, we can take the fight to a couple of them if we're so inclined. And they've got treasure, so of course I am. Oh, they're nasty, though. Ironclad? Okay. Man, 2 swings. Awesome. Let's clear out everything else first, though, before we go poke the beast. Didn't even break our poise, look at that. Is there anything else up here on this scaffolding? I mean, I see loot. Oh yeah, you could jump over here from quite early on in the area, actually. Got it. Effigy, okay. Little bit of money and a torch, indicating that, yeah, we were supposed to come here earlier. But that's fine. Oh, ton of petrified enemies. Or characters, I should say. Even though it's Dark Souls, we shouldn't assume everything is an enemy, or was an enemy, or can be an enemy. Okay, let's do this. Let us begin. Oh, hello, Ironclad Knight. I was going to say by topping off our dark magic weapon. Yeah, it's okay that he got us. I knew that was going to happen, but we could trade for it. And he's guarding... Oh, just a foot soldier shield? Alright. Come on, come on, come on. Thank you, iframes. Oh, do we not get to fight them quite yet? Do we have to go somewhere else first? Oh, maybe so. But what was he guarding? Fire longsword. Okay, if you can get here earlier in the game, that's actually really handy. There is a way to confront the salamanders. I'm just not sure I remember how. We'll handle it in a later stream if I don't just magically stumble on the answer in the next, like, few seconds. It's over here. Prism stones, okay. Won't turn our nose up at them. They can be used for crow slots, I guess, in exchange for upgrade materials, that kind of thing. Guess there's not much else to do here right now than just using a homeward bone. We'll take down the salamanders next time we're here, and we will be here one more time, I promise you. And before we go to the Shaded Woods to open up that great big King's Gate, I think it'd be a good idea to head back to Majula and use our cracked eye orb, or crushed eye orb, to get some answers out of Lycia, and hopefully, of course, some loot. This is basically just Lautrec with a less powerful opponent, I want to say. She can use, actually will use her miracles, I believe, when we invade her. And some of them are, you know, pretty punchy, but nothing, I believe, that we can't handle. Yep, the crushed eye stirs. Let's put it to use. We're going to square off with her right here in the rotunda. Like so. She does have plenty of health. Ooh! That might have been Wrath of the Gods, one of the most notorious miracles in the entire game. Yeah, that was Wrath of the Gods, all right. So she's gone from invading us using a pretty weak pure melee build, I believe, without any hexes or miracles or things like that, to a legitimately powerful miracle user. In her own realm, anyway. There we go. This should be her down for the count, then. Yep. So we get her entire set of armor. Her chime, the Idol's chime, the Soothing Sunlight healing miracle, very useful, returns from the Princess's Covenant in the first game, and the Rotunda Lockstone, which we can use to change the two paths, or change the Rotunda from leading to Hade's Tower Flame to the Huntsman's Copse, if we so desire. Now that we've got, like, bonfires and fast travel, though, don't really see the point. It's cool to have, though. Let's check out that Idol's chime, though. It might be pretty difficult to wield. Yeah, 25, that's alright. Sacred Chime of Lycia of Lendeld, a catalyst for miracles and hexes. In any town there will be a few folk with unusual urges. They either endeavor to resist these urges or act upon them out of the view of others. The world is not so welcoming, they may bear their souls true. Referring to the fact that she's a con artist, I guess. And I suppose it's called the idol's chime out of reference to, like, the concept of a false idol, not an actual, like, object worthy of and the subject of veneration. Right, so now we want to go back to the shaded, or the ruined fork road, so we can go past those weird little undead petrification dog thingies and the Shrek in order to access the King's Gate. Which is straight ahead. I want to say yes, it is. Oh no, they're like almost gremlin-looking things. Sorry about the dog, again. Oh yeah, this one is nowhere near as resilient as the ones in the Shrine of Amana. Weird time to break that move out, but whatever. I'll take it. What do they drop again? Oh, life gems. Okay. Might as well slap that sucker on. And approach the great big King's Gate. If we want to get some real answers about what's going on, and how to best resolve the crisis Drangleic finds itself in without, well, much of a king, and with a queen who's clearly possessed of some ulterior motives, we're going to find them here. Lord Aldia's keep, the stronghold of King Vendrick's brother, who effectively gave up the throne to his younger brother in order to pursue his very deep investigations of soul sorceries and kind of pursuit of immortality, so to speak, or a way out of the Undead Curse, for mortals at any rate. He dedicated himself to this mission like his brother, but used very different methods to try and achieve his goals. Oh god, we cannot be petrified. Not here. These little guys are not a common enemy. In fact, I don't know for certain... The Black Knight Great Axe? Damn, are you serious? I don't know for certain that they appear anywhere else in the game outside of this area of the Shaded Woods and, things betwixt. Oh god. It's back. The Dark Wraith mask and a malformed skull. What on earth is that? Is it some kind of hammer, or catalyst, maybe? Oh no, it's a great hammer. The skull of some unidentified creature swing as a great hammer to use as a weapon, possibly the skull of a dragon. A rare specimen, likely too rare to be swung about willy-nilly, which, of course, is exactly what we actually want to do with it. Damn. Alright, over here we have... Oh, another fire seed. Nice. We may never need to pay for but one or two of them. Before we access Aldia's luxurious mansion, if we head over here, we'll find our good buddy Lucatiel, who has clearly seen better days.
Who are you?
Notice, like, she's without her mask and her face is partially hollowed.
No, forgive me. I know you.
She's so young, too. This is tragic. This is the only time we actually get to watch somebody go straight through the entire hollowing process, I think.
What you seek in this faraway land. But I pray for your safety.
She can't help us anymore beyond this, I'm afraid.
Please take these.
Yep, there we go, because we completed her quest line. We get the Lucatiel trophy, wow, which I don't think I ever earned on this copy of the game before. Her greatsword and her entire armor set.
Making me sing. My name is Lucatiel. I beg of you, remember my name, for I may not myself. My name...
Right, so we might be able to, if not help her, then help those like her, somehow, if we're able to resolve this problem that Vendrick and friends were having. We learn basically all of the game's actual core plot across the next few areas, believe it or not, starting here. What's in the fountain? Oh, life gem. So, by calling her in to help us out with boss fights and the like, by proving an actual friend on the journey, we gave Lucatiel enough of a purpose that she was able to retain just enough of her sanity through all this to maybe possibly be okay at the end of it all. We don't know, it's left ambiguous. But remember, she was originally here looking for her brother and had no luck, but... well... she was so close. This is him. Her brother just inside, and she never knew. Or never found out, I guess, in her world. He's invading us, and he fights like Lucatiel, but as you can see from that health pool, he is not Lucatiel. It's quite fragile, actually. And does he drop maybe the shield, or... what's his deal? Just a human effigy? I don't know. Yeah, human effigy. And something in there we definitely don't want to let out. Aldia was like a scientist, essentially. A royal sorcerer of sorts. And he was experimenting on various creatures to find some way around the Undead Curse. A bit like a slightly more ethical Seath. He had a massive research team. He had a bunch of projects in the works before, well, things went all wonky. See, in the original Dark Souls 2, as soon as you come near to grab that fading soul, this thing rears to life, gains a health bar, or a targeting reticle at least, looks like it's going to attack you, and then hilariously just collapses again. I think it may do the same in this game, just not at the same time. So we can meet a really interesting NPC over here, in this cell.
Please, just stay away. No, please, don't come near me. Nothing good will come of it. Just leave me alone, please. Leave this place and leave me be, as I'd not see any harm befall you. Please. Please.
So that's the royal sorcerer, Navlan. And, interestingly, he is possessed of a split personality, and which personality we interact with depends entirely upon whether or not we're hollowed when we speak to him. As we're not hollowed, we get to speak to the normal Navlan, who is totally aware of being locked away here, and feels like he needs to protect us from himself. That's because if we speak to him when we are hollowed, we will speak to his alternate personality, a cruel and sadistic serial killer who was the actual reason for him being sealed away here. Said serial killer serves as a special merchant offering pretty high-end sorceries and magic-friendly light armor sets, and who also encourages us to kill various NPCs, friendly NPCs, we meet throughout the game, beginning with, I believe, Laddersmith Gilligan, and bring back certain little tokens as proof in exchange for special rewards. Now, that's the reason why we bought this ladder miniature. It's the proof he would ask for, and if you're so inclined, by completing other NPCs' quest lines or going out of your way for them, you can earn all of the tokens needed to appease Navlan's other half without ever actually killing anyone, reaping all the rewards in the process. I mention this here because I don't know how much of Navlan's content we're actually going to see. We're going to want to pull this lever to, I suppose, open a door on the second level, maybe? I forget. Don't you dare. Well, I mean, I just have to now, right? That was left by the devs, too, so... Hello, Forlorn. It's been a while. Ooh, good night, they've got health for days. Notice they're always drawn by light. Woo! That moveset. Jesus Christ. So it's easy to, like, counter that particular attack but nothing else really. That scythe just has great coverage. And he's got great poise. Can we get him this time, though? So, if you recall, I think it was mentioned explicitly in one of their item descriptions, the Forlorn initially worked for Lord Aldia. They, oh Jesus, operated out of this place. And obviously, as is wont to happen with experiments in Dark Souls world, something went horribly, horribly, horribly wrong. And they've kind of been cast adrift between dimensions. No real word on how that's working out for old Aldia. Who is not in the building, of course. A bunch of mirrors over there, just like the ones used by the Looking Glass Knight. Hint, hint. Get ready for a throwdown. See, here they come. Literally beating their way out of the mirrors. I don't know if it's possible to shatter the mirrors before they break out. I honestly do not know. Huh. That one, kind of glitched out, I guess. Not that I'm complaining. This is one of the great sword models, I believe. Yep. Huh. We can stunlock them pretty easily, at least. That's good news. This one's got a nasty in it, doesn't it? Bam. Oh no, theirs is AI kicking in. This guy is fairly reminiscent of Pate. He's got a very similar set of arms and armor. Not exactly the same, though. The Northern Ritual Band +2 and Petrified Dragon Bone. That's the Northern one, the one that just gives us, yeah, greater spell potency while reducing our HP. Yeah, not super enthralling right now. We can call in Sellsword Luit, which I don't really want to do because if you play your cards right, the boss in Aldia's Keep... Oh dear. Guy got himself wedged in a mirror, damn. Shouldn't be too hard. Getting to the boss can be a little tricky, but the boss itself, nah. A bright bug. Just one of these little dragonfly guys. Inflict more damage while receiving less. Nice. A tiny bug that produces light. Bright bugs are said to comfort the dead and are found in the marshlands leading to the undead crypt, so they were the things pacifying those, like, undead monstrosities at the Shrine of Amana. By ingesting a bright bug just before death, the moment at which they glow most brightly, one attains great power for a short time, often utilized as a last resort for adventurers who have lost their way. Good to know, I suppose. And we have yet more loot here. Aldia's Keep is just brimming with treasure. As it's not a very big area. Great Magic Barrier, nice. That was originally one of Havel's spells, I believe. And was there another gallery around the right side? No, there wasn't. Just a big old dragon bone in the way. While we're at it, we're gonna go ahead and throw some repair powder on our equipment. Katana's looking a little weak. And we are nowhere near done here. Time to use a fragrant branch to free ourselves a whole bunch of pain. Of course that can hurt you. Of course it can. Oh, but somebody looks to be a little stuck. Well, let's just have fun then, you and me. You alright, buddy? Ow. Why do you deal so much damage? There is a bonfire not far from here, don't you worry. These guys, despite looking kind of straightforward as enemies, are pretty tough. So we got the Dragon Acolyte mask, which belonged to one of Aldia's workers. That thing presumably, like, snatched it off of. And here we're gonna see kind of what he was all about. Experimenting on random wildlife from throughout Drangleic, including, well, hey, another giant basilisk that broke out of that cage disturbingly easily. Yes, please, just keep doing that. Crimson water. No real need to use a fragrant branch on this one, yet. Anyway. Oh, what's down here? Oh, just another passageway down, so I guess a way around. If we didn't have the Branch of Yore, which at the very least got us the Acolyte mask, which, trust me, looks very, very cool. In fact, let's read its description to get a better idea what's going on here. It's this cool looking thing. Mask worn by acolytes of Aldia. Several of the greatest minds converged in Aldia to weave strange new rituals, but rumors suggest that during the course of their work, their thoughts were not their own. The nebulous face of the mask is designed to deflect the ire of the ritual sacrifice. Yeah, Aldia's heart was in the right place, and he actually got much closer to solving the problem of the Undead Curse than Vendrick ever did. But, the costs were high. Very high. A way to summon another one of the, Forlorn. Bonfire aesthetics. You know what? Screw it, bring it on, I'm a glutton for punishment. There he is. Well, is this one of the Forlorn? I thought they all had different weapons, but all of these guys have scythes. I mean, don't get me wrong, they are, like, criminally effective scythes, but... Ow. These guys have really good AI. They can get around your shield. They're great at evasion. High poise. And killed me. Great. They don't respawn, though. So And again, they were brand new additions for, this build of the game. Originally, in Aldia's Keep, I don't think the big ogre, petrified ogre, was there. Might have been, but I don't know for certain. And all of the Forlorn obviously were not. Instead, there were, I guess, like, just more creatures scattered around. Let's go get those souls, and if we absolutely have to, take down a Forlorn. These are not the Forlorn that invade you, though. They just kind of appear, materialize. Oh yeah, and he's back. Well, real quick, in place of this, why don't we get that ring that, like, increases the poise damage we do. Just anything to keep him off balance. There we go. Now that's how you're supposed to react when somebody slashes at you with a magic cursed sword. I forgot how good this ring was. And I think every time we cut one of them down, our buddy Strayed may take, or may get additional pieces of their armor or something. I don't know if it's possible to stagger Big Basilisk. Oh, damn. So, we want to just swap that out again for our Silver Serpent Ring and open the way into Aldia's research halls. Home of horrifically unethical, but ultimately productive experimentation. This should give us a little bit of light. Oh, there's a mimic up there. We want to let that out somehow so we can get whatever's inside, right? False walls behind the portraits, beyond which magic hammer-wielding dragon acolytes wait to attack us. They're the humanoid enemies for this particular area of the game, and despite wielding some pretty nasty weaponry and dealing decent damage, they're really frail. Got a really cool armor set, though. And they're using, like, sort of draconic-looking skulls as shields. Is there an item, like, over here? No? Nothing in here directly, save our bonfire. And a massive cell. Another one? Jeez. A massive cell filled to the brim with those horrific undead beasts from the gutter. And, a bunch of items. So, we'll do a run for those later. First things first. Thank you very much. We might actually want to clear the way to the boss first. And the boss, mind you, is right at the end of this hallway. This is not a long nor a difficult area. Locked. Y'all know how this is probably gonna go, right? Come on, big guy. Whew. I do not need to be eaten today, thank you. Oh, Basilisk. Good. Damn it! A Basilisk that decided to get physical with us instead of trying to petrify us. Which is the reason we died, ultimately. And that up in that cage was one of the, like, mutated Bellkeepers we could see. In the Salt Fort, in the original build of the game. Well, that sucked. Let's go get our souls and revenge on the Shrek. The Shreks have been killing me more than anything else because they are really durable and really hard-hitting. And for something that size, surprisingly swift. Hello, Basilisk. Goodbye, Basilisk. So yeah, once one of the cages is destroyed, it stays that way. So do be aware of that. Man, it's just endless. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, thank God he mixed it up a little there. Whew. Now, we do need one of them, trust me, there's more, to destroy this gate for us. And, damn, I mean, I know they worked out of Aldia's base, but another Forlorn? Come on out. Now, real quick, we want to take all our stuff off and run like hell around the undead beasts to collect whatever items they're guarding. This could go well, it's probably gonna go horribly. Wish me luck! Soul Geyser and Dragon Bone. Nice. Divine Blessings. Corrosive like Acid Urns and Soul of a Nameless Soldier. Okay. Nice. They're not following us, I don't think, so we may be in the clear. Don't think they can follow us. Ring of Blades. Gold Serpent Ring. Silver Serpent Ring. Shield. Catalyst. Almost there, just throw all this on. Do you have anything that is, like, patently better than the Elon Knight stuff that's not much heavier? Quite a bit of stuff with better, like, elemental resistances, but nothing I'm seeing that's, like, spectacular. What was it? The Faram armor comes close, and it's a bit lighter, actually. I need to keep that in mind. Oh, Vengarl's armor, and it's not much heavier. The Drangleic mail as well, for that matter. So what's better, Vengarl's or... Oh, Vengarl's easily. It's not the prettiest armor in the world, but I guess it'll do. Drangleic gauntlets seem a bit better, though. Man, I hate the look of Vengarl's armor, it's so, like, ratty, but... Oh no, we needed the Jester's gloves, that's right. In fact, Drangleic mail, just for the look of it, would be better. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, we are now wearing our best, so we can be our best. Or near our best, anyway. Ferrous Lockstone. Good. Now we're going to get the help we need. Well, in a bit, anyway. To bait that... Oh, dear, what in the hell were you doing here? Those are the corpses of giants. Oh, God, what were they doing? Just sacrificing them, I guess, to try and uncover the mysteries of immortality. Great football tackle there, Shrekky boy. But now I'm going to need you to come right over here with me to this locked door. Yes, just this way, come on. Give us that attack you love, you know the one. Not quite that one. Oh, Basilisk! No! Whew! Hey, got him with minimal fuss. Nice. So whatever is in here? The malformed shell, another strange weapon. locked. Well, hold tight. Isn't there supposed to be another one that actually smashes through the door, Shrek style? Pretty sure there is. Oh no, not this door. This door. And we're invaded by evil Novlon. His alternate personality has taken control and sent him to invade us. He is a very powerful caster, as you'd imagine. And, won't be as hard to get rid of as Shrek, but does pose just as much of a threat, if not a bigger threat. Ow. Jeez. Got him, just barely, but got him. Alright, now it's just us and Novlon. Not the most durable fella, but he doesn't have to be, with hexes and sorceries like what he's got. Whew, thankfully we didn't let him get a single one off. Very, very good. That begs the question, how do we actually unlock all of these? I know there's a key around here somewhere, I just don't quite remember how to get it. Can we set the mimics free somehow? Be wary of fatty, yes, thank you very much. All locked. Yeah, there we go. Maybe he'll drop it? I don't know, they got their hands on Aldia gear elsewhere somehow. Good, we've got him locked for a second in that one particular attack. It hurts, but it's very clearly telegraphed. Oh. Really? Oh, it's one of those giant ants from, the Shrine of Amana. Maybe, maybe one of the damn Forlorn drops it? There's still a couple more of them we haven't seen. Well, let's get our Forlorn fighting ring on. Slap that bad boy on, light up a torch at the, bonfire. No, 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 rest at it. We brought all the Shreks back, damn it. Light a torch. Head down here. And summon the next one in. Oh, this one's got a great great sword. That can't be as bad, right? And lo and behold, it doesn't appear to be. They fight just as intelligently as the other Forlorn, but that weapon isn't anywhere near as scary. Maybe in part because, like, we know how to fight greatsword wielders. If Dark Souls PvP, whether you're good at it or not, teaches you one thing, It's what greatsword wielders can do. For someone without a shield, he's actually fighting very defensively. He's got that thing out in front of him blocking more often than not. That's interesting. Thanks to the stone ring, we can just force our way through a lot of his animations. Good, 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 good. Now let's try, before we cut the stream today, to, even though it's going to require some more Shrek bashing, like a lot more of it, actually take down the boss here. Is it eating a life gem? Or, oh no, an Elizabeth's mushroom. Okay. So we've got 2 Shreks and a Forlorn to fight our way through. One, 2, 3. Oh, wow, he turned perfectly to crush me. I may hate these enemies with a passion, but I've got to admire the way they're designed. From a mechanical perspective, I mean, the actual design of this enemy isn't all that inspiring. What on earth are these? Like, in lore, anyway. Oh, just barely, but got him. Now there's but one more Shrek blocking the way. Can he fit through the doors? Oh god, he can. He can just clip right through that sucker. Oh, that waddling run, Jesus. So easy to just get stun-locked by these suckers. Oh, looks like we've got to do it legit from here on. Whew. Life gem? Yeah, life gem, nice. Grab our fire without resting. Light torch, there we go. And summon this final Forlorn. At least I would assume it's the final one here. Another greatsword guy. Right. Okay, you we can work with. Still just as fond of rolling as the other model. Maybe not as fond, I should say. But, I mean, close. Ow. They are not bad combatants at all. Way more intelligently programmed than the base game's NPC invaders. So do we get, like, anything at all for fighting all of those guys? No? Nothing. Huh. Maybe we get a key to this place later, I don't know. More repair powder real quick, because these Shreks really wear us down. when it comes to weapon durability. And even though we only have a handful of flasks, I think we should be good to at least attempt the boss, who has fought in this absolutely gorgeous area. Seriously, look at this place. Beautiful. And what do you know, this is a boss we're actually familiar with. Normal players, or players in the vanilla edition of the game, wouldn't be, but Scholar players, yeah, we've seen this before. It's the Guardian Dragon from outside the Cathedral of Blue. It does not have the most health in the world. It's only got a few attacks it didn't have at the Cathedral. Almost all of which are based around flying around or clinging to the cage walls, ow, and breathing fire at you. The real challenge here is just getting the damn thing to a place where you can attack it. Doesn't have the most health in the world, doesn't have the greatest moveset in the world. It's just really, really tough to pin down at times. Thankfully, attacks like that, ow, leave it wide open. Gimme your worst. We just tanked our way through a dragon. There we go, kids. Kind of underwhelming since we were presented with the same enemy much earlier in the game, but we did make it at any rate. And let me see, do we actually get like a key or something over here? Please, key, please. Dragon scale, no dice. Well, with this beautiful vista, friends, I might actually call it for now. Trust me, we've got the most breathtaking locations the entire Soul series has to offer coming up right at the top of that lift. So I will catch you tomorrow from hopefully 2 to 5 p.m. as per our usual stream schedule right now for probably the last stream of the Dark Souls 2 main game before we dive into the DLC, each of which is so hefty it might take a stream or two all on its own. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, this is Brady the Overanalyst saying thank you so much for watching us live on twitch.tv if you've been hanging with us present in the Twitch audience, or catching this after the fact as a VOD. I really appreciate you and your patronage. Thank you so much, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.